Welcome to Taboo Tuesday, not in Texas. Actually, Texas is probably somewhere between us right now. It's KLB Live. It's June 16th, 2026, halfway through the year, folks, as we are going to be talking about some wrestling, which is redneck talk, and many people down there in Texas are really into wrestling. So, what's going on, man? How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. I rewatched Disclosure Day 2 days ago. My brother wanted to see it, so I took him. That movie gets suckier and suckier the more I watch it, bro.
You know, I've seen a lot of people shit on it. I thought it was okay. When I saw it, I didn't hate it or anything, but also I knew the material. Maybe not as well as I know OJ or TNA from 2004 to 2010.
Indeed, keeps popping out. But here's the thing.
But I popped for the Jackie Gleason reference early in the film, bro. That popped me. I put a smile on my face with that one.
We're not going to spoil it because it's still early.
A lot of folks hated it, man. I thought it was, look, it's not a top 10 Spielberg movie, but it's not horrible or anything. It's fine.
Mark the Mark gets on here, I want his thoughts on this movie.
Yeah.
I hate, one of the things that I didn't like about it, bro, it was very lazy when it came to the writing. Very lazy, very, very... There were things that happened just for this to serve the purpose of the story.
Yeah, like the third act.
the whole third act, but also
the whole third act.
Well, but there was a gadget that they used that was the Deus Ex Machina that solved every problem that was presented by the story, and it was ridiculous, bro. And I was like, come on, but that wasn't Steven Spielberg. That was David Coe, who's he's all right as a writer.
He's written with Spielberg before.
Yeah, he wrote Jurassic Park. That's a classic.
Yeah.
But he's also written some turkeys as well. So, see, this is what I like about the chat, bro. They always surprise me more than you with your trendy fucking movies that you try to impress me with that are just literally Hollywood movies, bro. But look, you have Junior RDZ said he went to see the Digital Circus last. Do you know what that is?
Actually, I do. He mentioned it in the Discord, in the infamous Discord that you love so much.
I could just imagine the credibility that you have there as a cinema person.
Yes.
Thankfully, who's there to really challenge you.
Well, this week, the big one's Toy Story 5, which surprises a lot of people because the fact that obviously everybody agrees that it should have ended with 3 because it had the best ending, but people are saying a lot of good... Quentin Tarantino won't watch anything after 3. He refuses.
Remember, bro, did he say that was his favorite trilogy, which was wacky?
Yeah, well, it's a good trilogy, but I heard 5 was good. I'm gonna go see it Thursday morning or Thursday afternoon.
4 was good too.
4 was good.
They're good, but nothing's gonna be part 3. Part 3, I think, is considered like a legit classic. That's a great fucking movie.
1, 2, and 3 are all good. I've always felt that. I got the Steamboat Willie shirt on right now, bro. Of course, I don't represent that evil corporation, but I do want to.
You are.
I know I am. I do want to talk to you. I want to talk to you a little bit about wrestling, but I want to put a smile on your. Huh?
Isn't that redneck talk?
It is, but I want to put a little bit of a smile on your face, but I want you to hear me out. Because some of this topic is not going to put a smile on your face. So I want to make this as clear as possible to you and to everybody else. Okay. I'm not going down the political route here. Hear me out.
Okay.
Production-wise, the UFC show at the White House was the closest we ever got to UFC being like Pride. That was the closest we've ever got. And I was watching it in my living room with friends over here. And I said I was going to bring it up on the KLB because you have said that you will not watch UFC unless it becomes like Pride, and it never will. But today on Ariel Helwani's podcast, Connor, as Dave calls him, just Connor. We don't have to say his last name. Right? He agreed with us. He said they should, because, okay, the UFC show at the White House, first of all, they were coming out of the Lincoln Room. Bro, the gorilla position was the Lincoln Room. That pops me already, bro. Gino would have been the Lincoln Room. The fighters are coming.
Are we live, Gino?
Yeah. Oh, you like that? Bro, I couldn't even believe that. Gino, are we live? We are! With the headset on. And then we have, they had planes flying over the building. They had this wacky like arches to do the light show. They had a live band like the Pride 2003 Grand Prix. So Politically, I know it's gonna. There's two major problems with the show. Number one, there's a lot of politicals. Obviously, it's at the White House. You're gonna get that right.
The nose was in attendance, bro.
The nose was in attendance. So was Joe Roman Reigns. It's Joe Roman Reigns Hanoi. That's his name now. He was there. And the other thing that annoyed me is now UFC is going down the same trap that WWE is going down. The show started at 8, not at 10, at 8, right? 8 p.m. Didn't end till 1:30 in the morning. You know why? Commercials. Draven, bro, every fight until the main event was first or second round, and it still went like 5 hours because of the damn in-between fight commercials. TKO is getting insanely greedy, dude. And it's getting to the point, brother, where there's going to be a time, possibly, where I'm going to turn into you, where I'm going to watch the shows on tape delay so I can fast forward the bullshit, because even UFC is going through that now.
I mean, I could afford to do that because I'm on the West Coast. You would be going to bed at 3 in the morning if you try to do this shit, unfortunately. But
I get through it faster.
Yeah, and that's why I don't watch live, bro. Because well, first of all, this is in the middle of the fucking day. But the most importantly is that I get to edit out the commercials.
Yeah.
Actually, let's just say my my streaming service, we'll leave it at that, edits out the commercials for me. Thank you very much.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Tech G says Draven's wearing the hat of a bear. Didn't he fake the cancer gimmick? No. He never faked it. He did the cancer gimmick. He didn't fake it though.
No, Razor.
Yeah, you missed the joke. Raze is the one that assumed he did it to get babyface heat.
And then I think we added that he hated himself for not thinking of.
No. We made the whole thing up, but it was so realistic. It was so realistic that it's.
Bro, I meant that unaffected myself. I could have sworn he said it.
No, he never said that. He never said that. That was a gag on the show. From many years ago.
Bro. Is this Scary Movie 6 we're watching right now, bro?
Okay, one of the topics that I pitched to you, which was,
first of all, we're funnier than Scary Movie 6 with our gags, bro. We'll just leave it at that, bro.
That's a fact. All right,
good old DR is better than anything on fucking Scary Movie 6.
I appreciate that. Let me ask you a question. I pitched a topic to you for this show.
Thank you, Daffy. You're right.
Of us talking about, we were talking about sort of how segue into wrestling with breaking the fourth wall, and how in wrestling, when you have guys, acknowledging it's a work, like the Vince Russo era of 2000s WCW. And I was going to go into all of that, but you had told me you were going to discuss on the show why. Okay, I'll go first and then give you the floor. The problem with Scary Movie 6, it wasn't that every single joke failed, because there were a couple of good ones, but if you know what it felt like, brother, it felt like a couple guys who have been out of the loop were making jokes that
Bill Watts. It felt like Bill Watts was making jokes.
A little bit. Look, listen, you and I, it's fair to say that you and I are older than a lot of people watching us. We're in our 40s.
I'm okay with it. You're not.
I am okay with it. This is the point I'm going to make. It felt like the Wayans, who are older than both of us.
50s. They're in their 50s.
It felt like they were doing the whole like ha Gen Z thing a little too much, and it felt like I think that the fourth wall breaking stuff I think was a bit too much. Now that's obviously subjective, but I think that hurt the integrity, and ultimately the jokes just became more obnoxious than they were funny. So I'm gonna give you the floor. What was your problem with Aaron? By the way, both you and I were excited to see this movie before it came out because the trailer was very good. But what was your issue with Scary Movie 6?
No, everything you said I agree with. I don't know, fixating on the fourth wall thing, although it is a problem. If everything else around it would have been good, I don't think it would have been as much of a problem. So it's to me, when you say, oh, the fourth wall is what killed it, is when people say, oh, well, wrestling sucks because they're not. Remember, we always joke about wrestling sucks because there's not enough tag teams.
Not enough blood. That's the one. Not enough blood, right?
Yeah, but it's like, no, I mean, it just makes it worse because what's surrounding it is not that good. So to me, like, I don't mind fourth wall breaking. even in wrestling, when it's done for comedy, it's funny. Like I pop like when.
No, my favorite is when Jacques Rougeau is in the Quebecers and he's being interviewed by Raymond, and he goes, "Sometimes brothers don't get along." That is the fourth wall done right. Only longtime fans are gonna, and then Ray no-sold it because he's alpha like that.
No, but that's not the fourth wall. That's like an Easter egg. The fourth wall.
I guess you're right.
If they would have winked at the camera.
But that added layers to the characters because as a fan, we can watch that and say, oh, so maybe the Rougeaus had a falling out, kayfabe, of course. And that's why he teamed up with Pierre Ouellette, PCO, bro, the man who's having matches with one eye.
And death matches still at his age. And he went into the brawl. You mean he went into the brawl for all with one eye?
And he did well until he got knocked out by Bradshaw or whoever it was. It was Bradshaw, right?
One of him or Mike Barden.
I do want to discuss the Deadpool thing in a minute, but I want you to get what you think.
It wasn't
your
a
problem.
No, I'm not gonna join in this whole dogging on the fourth wall shit. That's your opinion. Fine.
No, that's my opinion. You don't have to. What did you not like?
Well, first of all, the jokes were all very dated jokes. They've all been done before. All the whole political jokes is something that we've seen done better over the last 5 to 6 years. There was nothing new there. I thought the character of the Marlon Wayans character, what's his name? Smokey?
Smokey. Smokey. Ray is Sean Wayans, the gay guy.
He was very subdued because I revisited 1, 2, and 3, which are the real good ones. 4, 5 kind of stuff. He was very subdued in this movie, and maybe it's because he's older. Maybe that, and I thought the ending was horrible. I thought the ending was very self-serving. It was literally the Wayans brothers telling F you to everybody that dogged them out and took the franchise away from them. It was literally them saying that.
And that's kind of what I'm talking about with the fourth wall. They overdid it.
It was literally them saying they're not going to put anyone over because the whole gimmick, obviously, in real Hollywood, right? There's this trend that started many, many years ago that's still going on today where you introduce the new characters and then the legacy characters pass the torch to the new characters.
We've seen it all, and we're seeing it with Doomsday.
Oh, Doomsday! Well, no, brother, Doomsday. Vinny, they did a Vinny with the
Vinny Senior, Vinny Senior, and Junior, both of them.
No, they did a Vinny Junior when they had to call back the big guys, bro, because the other guys weren't drawing. So anyway, so that's the whole trope, right? Is like the legacy characters pass the torch.
So what you're telling me is that at the end of Doomsday, Sam Wilson is gonna be going like this, and Steve Rogers is gonna be next to him, and Sam's gonna point at the ring, and then Dr. Doom's gonna go, "Hey, you, Cap America, hey, 1-on-1, we put chop it up," and then he's gonna go in there and beat Dr. Doom in 2 minutes, bro. That's what you're telling me.
He's gonna say Yokozuna, he doesn't say Yokozuna, bro.
Yeah, he does. My Yokozuna. But that was probably a rib.
Was that Henry Fujiwara, bro? Or was that Mr. Fuji? Because
they are one and the same.
But he was from Tennessee, bro. Like, why can't he? But you say Yokozuna.
Well, so is Jerry Lawler from Tennessee.
But he could say Yokozuna. He doesn't say Yokozuna.
I know, but maybe he was doing the extra Japanese accent.
Alfredo Placencia, save your money, dog. Just wait for streaming.
Yeah, I agree with that. Save your money. I agree with that.
Yeah.
Or go see Toy Story 5.
Steven Spielberg got plenty of money. We know that for many, many reasons.
Yeah.
I bought myself.
Yeah. Well, I mean, let's be honest. He is like kind of one of the greatest of all time, bro. Let's just keep it a buck.
I'm actually revisiting all his films. Starting from I saw Duel the other night. It's still pretty good. Mm-hmm. Anyways, so the ending sucked. I thought it was very self-elation. Is that even a word? I guess it is now.
Yeah.
And yeah, just them kind of venting on the Weinsteins for taking away their franchise, and then they pretty much said on camera, "We're not putting over the young people," and they kill. Well, I shouldn't have. Fuck it, I spoiled it.
Yeah, don't give details away.
Well, that was a pretty big detail anyway.
No, but I mean details. I'll tell you this: the girl that played what's her name, Cindy's daughter. Not only was she attractive, but she was very good at it. I'll give her credit.
Well, she's 6, bro, so be careful.
I like the final destination theme park. That was clever. The thing about the trans character was I'm watching it, right, and I'm thinking they're gonna go down the South Park route because, as you said, all these jokes have already been done on South Park and better. and it was just a trans character. They didn't really go anywhere with it. I don't know if it's because they were maybe afraid to piss off that side of the world or what, but it was just, oh, hi, I'm trans. And that was it. And that was it. And it was like, okay, where's the joke? Like, nothing. And it just, I just felt that was a big letdown for me. I saw it on a Sunday morning, and it was a pretty decent showing. But I will say this, bro, there was only a couple times the movie actually got laughs. See, sometimes when I go see a comedy, I'll laugh at different things the audience laughs at. See, we need a police academy, a good police academy.
It's funny you say that because there's really no comedies in the theaters anymore, which is a problem. So
well,
it's a very rare thing.
Yeah, like even fucking like Happy Gilmore 2 was the Netflix only movie, but this movie, yeah, it just people didn't laugh that much, and it wasn't just me. So they did the Get Out joke, which was, man, that was like 10 years too late, bro.
A lot of this was 10 years too late, bro. Same thing with the Spielberg movie.
I knew they were. Well, yeah, I knew they were gonna do that. So I want to talk about something that.
But if you want to watch a good movie, bro, much like we turned you into Obsession because you sure as hell didn't discover that on your own.
I was gonna go see it anyways.
Okay, well, you would. When we first brought it up, you're like, "What is that?" So I'm gonna turn you into another movie called The Furious, which
I saw that in my app.
It has a. Well, stop exposing.
Post 87. I buy my tickets with the app, bro. I'm sorry, it's easier. You want to know something?
On Rotten Tomatoes, bro. Go watch it.
You want to know something that's trippy? So you obviously remember when we were younger, you used to have to go to the movie theater, walk up to the front. There'd be that gimmick that had all the movies and the times, and you talk to somebody, you pay your money, she prints you out a ticket, she gives it to you, give it to the guy, you go in. At the movie theater that I go to, that little area in the front is still there, bro, but it's empty. It's completely abandoned, bro. Like if you walk up to it, and they didn't even close it down, the windows are still see-through, so you can see inside, right? But it's completely like just an empty room now. Nobody buys tickets there anymore.
For Placencia, Danny would never want to watch Stop That Train, and we'll just leave it at that. Anyways,
throw mama off the train's a different story. But I want to address what Tech G said.
No. Okay. Let me answer to your memory because I have a. It's the same thing over here. Like now, there's no need for those windows anymore because everybody buys their shit, like you said, on the gimmick. But it's funny because I still remember that's less than 10 years ago, bro. When we were still using the window gimmick, you know.
You're right. You're right.
It was post-COVID that they just never came back. They closed those windows down and they never came back. And they used to have that little microphone gimmick, remember? Because it was the glass was very thick.
They would talk to you like that.
Now here in LA, because we have a rich history with cinema, we still have those movie palaces, bro, that have the box office in the middle and you have to walk in through the sides. You know, I don't know if you've ever been to one of those, bro.
I went to the Chinese theater, but I don't know if I went to that part of it.
No, that's modernized. Yeah, I mean, you see them in the movies all the time, bro. When you go watch a movie, you know when they're getting out of Chasing Amy when.
Oh, of course.
When Hooper X is talking.
No, you're talking about at the end of Jay and Silent Bob when they have the Chasing Amy characters. It was better than Mallrats. See, okay, that's fourth wall breaking. When Kevin Smith did it in that movie, I thought it was funny. When Holden McNeil's talking about Ben Affleck when it is Ben Affleck, see, that's funny. I feel like the gimmick can get played to the ground, which is what I was going to talk about with the Tech G is saying about Deadpool. I did not think that Deadpool and Wolverine got annoying with the fourth wall breaking.
I'm going to be annoyed if what happens
I think it's going to happen. I don't know. I didn't see the movie yet. I did see the leaked footage, though. It's hard to see. But so a lot of folks, and this is a weird comparison. Why did people love Deadpool and Wolverine so much and hate She-Hulk so much? Well, I think, and it's not the woke shit, oh my God, She-Hulk is woke, although there is a segment of the audience that didn't like that. I think the difference is that at least with Deadpool and Wolverine, you had a story that was built into an ending, and you had a very good ending. The issue with She-Hulk, which in my opinion ruined the entire show, is that at the end in the last episode, she leaves the Disney Plus app, and she literally walks up and meets the robot named Kevin. That's supposed to be Kevin Feige, right? And the problem is they were building up to this big confrontation at the end that we never even got. She just talked to Kevin and the whole thing was reset. And that's the problem, is you can't build up for a payoff and then fuck people out of the payoff like that. You just can't. And that 100%. Was the mistake it made.
Yes, I agree with you 100%. And if you remember back at that time, yeah, the show was getting hate by the incels, of course, because there was a woman show writer, woman star, and that's always going to bring the incels, and they're going to hate, whatever. But at that point, it was still balanced between people were liking some of the episodes. Remember, the Alpha Timmy Roth was back for that.
That's show. Right. That's right. We were waiting years for that, and we're still waiting for Justin Hammer's return. That's the one I'm sad about, bro.
Yeah. So and we're gonna have Ultron return, James Spader in Vision Quest later on this year.
I hope that doesn't suck.
Anyways. So you're 100% correct in that the writing was
is he going on a quest to find a new sweater?
Well, he's white now, so maybe he's gonna fit him. It's gonna look better. But here's the thing: it not only everything you said, but also it invalidated the entire story, because it wasn't just the fourth wall breaking at the end of that episode. It was also the tonal shift, because. Yeah, it was light comedy, right? It was light comedy, but it just became too silly, like that tonal shift. So not only did you bury She-Hulk, you also buried the entire 6 episodes before that, because all of a sudden Tim Roth was the clown. All of a sudden Bruce Banner was the clown.
Oh yeah.
Like his kid didn't even go. His kid was supposed to be a big reveal, and it was like a nothing. Like Hulk's kid, he has a kid out of nowhere.
Right.
And so it just buried the entire product because of that tonal shift. So that's what I'm trying to say. We have to look at the context of the wall breaking. You know, in Deadpool,
of course.
In Deadpool, not only do you have good writing, you also have Ryan Reynolds, who's incredibly charismatic, and he's one of those people that could pull it off. Now, one thing, to be fair, we haven't seen how Deadpool's gonna contrast with the rest of the Avengers. It could be fucked up. Like, they have to really know how to.
Well, if that secret scene is true, we won't see much of him in that movie, bro. But maybe in the next one. I also will say this too. There's a big difference, as you mentioned, when it comes to context of, for example, in Saved by the Bell, when Zach Morris would look at the screen and talk to the audience and then get back into the show, that's different because he almost became like a narrator. And when you have a show like that, it can work by having sort of, what's happening is kind of like when you're reading a novel where a character will look at the screen at you and say, like, for example, Kelly Kapowski walks in, he'll be like, man, she's looking hot today, right? Watch me make my move. See, that's good because you're seeing what's in his head and they're building up to something. But if it's a situation where She-Hulk literally leaves the show and changes the ending, and it's a worse ending than what you're building up to. Yeah, that show died a death, bro, and it's
she's not coming back. So
no, she's not coming back. That character probably shouldn't come back either, and that's too bad because the character is actually in the comics, bro. It's more like Zach Morris. Well, she will break the fourth wall, but it'll be more in that context. You know?
Yeah, so it's all about context. Everything is about context. Even in professional wrestling, like whenever the midget drew the hole on the wall and went through it, and then Carlito couldn't go through it, that was funny to me. But
I hated it.
It was presented as comedy, right? Comedy, which is okay. But whenever you have the announcer saying, "Oh my God, Kevin Nash didn't follow the script," and he just that's stupid,
bad.
Bro.
That's bad.
So it's context. Like, so I have no problem with breaking the fourth wall. It's been done for years and years and years, and it works depending on the context of the universe you've created. Not
to mention another good example, I think too, is in the mid 90s. First it was JR, then you had other people doing it where they would kind of make fun of what the WWF was. Like, example, you had JR saying, "Oh, it looks like the marketing genius is up there in Titan Tower." See, that right there actually made sense because you could actually, I'll give you know what a great example of this is? The event, and you and I have I think you and I only talked about this once in an old show. The night after Survivor Series 95, when Big Kev came out and cut the quasi-shoot promo where he said, when he lost the title, it was the beginning of the Attitude Era. Some people, he said, and some people have said that was the beginning of the Attitude Era because it was a very edgy promo, and it was the first time that I remember them saying Vince was Well, okay, not the first time they straight up said Vince was the owner, because the first time I remember seeing that was, if you remember this, the Raw in the summer of '94, Randy Savage goes, WWF Vince McMahon not guilty, and Vince is like, all right. Yeah, that was the first time I was like, wait a minute. And him too? So anyways, when Big Kev cut the promo where he said that when he won the title, they sent him to Titan Tower to do the Christmas singing for the Christmas episode of WWF Raw, where he's like singing with the other wrestlers. And he basically was like, yeah, the minute I won this title, they wanted me to go up there and become a clown. They cut my nuts off. That's actually the reason why that works is because even in the world of pro wrestling, that makes sense. When you become the champion, you have to do certain things the company wants you to do. And that's why the Austin angle works so well, because we already had years of Hulk, Brett, Diesel, and these other guys sort of doing the charity. And there's nothing wrong with doing the charity. Nothing wrong with that. But a lot of it was sort of, okay.
There's no touch Jim Hellwig that. It's a
work, Jim. It's a work. Oh, fuck. We're working, Jim. It's okay. When you see that logo, you can be assured of a drug-free entertainment for the entire family.
So
remember that anyway. he made that face. Remember that face he made?
No, I'm trying to forget, bro.
I want to talk about the John Cena Classic. That's going to lead to our Taboo Tuesday talk, bro.
Wait a minute. What did you think about the Naked Gun? Daffy 1990 liked it.
It was okay. It was one joke.
Oh, you say you didn't really like. I liked it.
I didn't like it that much. There was one joke I really, really liked. The one with the turkey. That was my favorite joke of the whole movie. That one actually had me laughing.
Bro, the best joke about that one is that
the OJ one, the OJ's joke where he looks at it and he goes, no,
that one did pop me. No,
well, not as much as when you and I had that 2-hour conversation about OJ, bro.
Very indeed, bro. I was concerning.
No, it wasn't. You popped.
Well, sometimes I just gotta go along for the ride, bro. But here's the thing: it doesn't mean I'm not concerned. But
wait a minute, did you not? Were you bullshitting me the whole time? I thought you were actually interested.
Yeah, but I mean, I wasn't like super dialed in. I haven't talked about it since, have I?
Not really. Maybe a little bit.
No, the one that really concerned me, bro, the one where you went into a vortex, into the outer reaches of your mind, was when I brought up Ken Wayne Shamrock wrestling Bradshaw at a pay-per-view, and that triggered 1999. And then you literally threw on like 3 videos, bro. But you wouldn't listen to reason was my concern.
That was a couple weeks ago.
You were dialed in.
That wasn't that long ago.
And then it was funny because then you all of a sudden stopped the last video like, what the fuck? And you were like Nikki, bro, in Obsession when the real Nikki's trying to get out. Because you were like, what the fuck? And then I kept on saying, bro, like, why are we? Oh, it's 1990.
No, because I was trying to find. I was trying to find when Christian was getting whipped. That's what it was. That's what it was.
Yeah,
Speaking of which,
and Rocco Rock is in the background running.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, there's a video I've been dying to show you.
Please
I have been
from 1999. Please.
No, it's not. It's not from 1999. All right, I've been dying to show you this video.
Remember what
bro.
I told you, bro? This is a known fact, folks. 1999 has possibly the worst Big Four in the history of the business. Yeah, you sent me this, bro.
I did?
Like them.
All right, this is the funniest thing that I've seen in a long time.
This is a good example of how comedy is subjective right here.
Okay, I don't care. Here's why it was funny. But here's why it was funny. The way that he did the voice was perfect, and the tone. You know, Ric Flair. I didn't get it.
You know, Vince and Sean, whenever they would go get ice cream, they would always come back with 1 cone. You know, Davey was running a whole crack operation. You know, my dad, Stu, would get these guys in the basement, and he would just stick his thumb up their ass. Vince and Sean would take naps in a hammock. Bill Goldberg, I know that he did the Tylenol murders. Ric Flair.
The way he does the eyes.
You know, I used to love to cheat on my wife. Vince and Sean used to go camping in Vince's backyard, and Hunter used to hide in the bushes, but they knew he was there. You know, I'm on the money in Germany, and they would scream for hours. I think my greatest memories were making crack with Roddy Piper.
No, No, listen, when he said, look, when he said,
bro, what fucks him more, this or just saying Jake Hager? Because that got you good last time.
Wait a minute, no, I think I popped you by saying no. I popped you when Jake Hager said that TK is a communist. That's the part that popped you.
Bro.
No, that guy popped me with that video, bro. When he goes, I'm big in Germany, they would scream for hours because Brett said that. Brett said that on the DVD, bro. He goes, in Germany, they would scream for hours, just like that.
Well, that's Brett's specialty, bro. Putting himself over.
I know. Well, that's all the boys.
I don't know who's better at that, him or you. So
no, that's all the boys, bro. That's all the boys.
No,
all the boys.
bro, come on.
All the boys.
The nose
like
doesn't
that.
do that.
Yes, he does.
He's very humble, bro.
That's what we do. That's how we make our magic. Fuck that guy, bro.
The Road Dogg doesn't do that, bro.
No, he doesn't do anything anymore, bro. Bro, this fucking guy Triple H, every pay-per-view now. You know, tonight we're gonna be changing the business. By the end of the night, it's gonna be a new WWE by the end of the show.
Hunter Hobo Levesque.
He's doing the shit that Dixie Carter used to do and that TK did for a little while and thankfully stopped. We have a big announcement on Dynamite. We have a new reality show coming, AEW All Access, hosted by Adam Cole or whatever the fuck.
So does that mean that the nose is getting fucked by the boys, bro? According to Ray's with Dixie.
According to Brett, he's literally getting fucked by the boys, bro. According to
and Bob Howard, bro. Don't forget about him.
That's right, bro. You know, Sean and Vince used to go to sleep in the same hammock. They go get ice cream and come back with one cone.
Bro, did you ever hear that story about how, like, when they were talking about the bra for all, and they were asking for ideas, and Bob Howard's like, "How about I whoop everybody's ass and I get the world title?"
No, that was Bruce who said that, and the joke was, you know, Bob had some ideas for a push, and then Conrad's like what? Well, he basically said, "Let me beat Brock and become champion and win the title and beat everybody," and we looked at Bob and said, "No." That's what you're thinking of. That Bob's ideas for booking was always he gets to be the champion and beat everybody.
The bra throne was Steve Blackman like getting all dark with shit he was gonna do to people in the ring, and everybody got scared when they're all going to the production meeting. Like,
yeah.
Well, could I do this or could I do that? And they're like, "No, you can't do that."
Well, remember he did whip Bradshaw's ass at an airport. That's an infamous story. Alpha, bro. What happened to the business?
Well, evidently, according to you, it came back in the lawn of the White House the other day.
No, not entirely. Only partially. It's still not Pride, but bro, they had a live band playing all the music, and this guy came out with fucking Real American.
Did they have a black man fighting an Asian?
No,
man?
they didn't do the Donkey Kong Mario gimmick, bro. I wish. They'll never do that. They will never do that, bro. That's a Takada-san special. I was hoping they would have had JD.
Have you seen this administration, bro? It wouldn't surprise me anymore if they did that.
Bro, if they had JD Vance in a diaper hitting the drum at the beginning of the show, it would have been entirely worth it, but they didn't. I don't even think he was there.
By the way, Joey Annoying had one of them Vision sweaters, bro.
He did, and now people are saying he's MAGA. I don't know about that, bro. I think he just wanted to see some fights.
I don't know about that.
I don't know either, bro. I don't think he's ever talked about it.
Well, he's not.
Has he?
No, he's not gonna talk about it.
Yeah, it might be best that he doesn't. We know Paul is, bro, and the McMahon. Now, then there's also our boy Phil. Now, Phil recently said that he didn't want any part of the UFC show because the president's a racist and all that. Right.
Yeah, but when money talks, Phil will.
I was just gonna say, bro, but this is the same guy who said, "I'm sorry, Saudi. I'm sorry,
Phil's
Saudi."
credibility has long been gone when he went to Saudi, bro. He's not a real punk rocker, bro. Punk doesn't do that. You know, they're counterculture. They stand up to the man. None of this fucking. Oh, I gotta go to Saudi so I could fucking bury Marvin or whatever the fuck his dog was. Larry
Marvin. That's the guy who got shot in the face and fucking. You gotta have an opinion. Bro, I just shot Marvin in the face.
Oh no, he doesn't say that. He says it. Oh man, I think I shot Marvin in the face.
You the one who should be back here on Brain Detail. I watched that movie again on Sunday, bro.
They're playing it right here on one of the revival. But I've seen that movie so many times on the big screen, bro, that I need a break.
It never gets old. Always something new to discover in that film.
I'm telling you, bro, if I ever meet... First of all, Quentin would probably yell at me because he's all crotchety now. But if I ever meet him, bro...
Well, if you're Paul Dano, he certainly will.
Listen, if I ever meet him, my one question... I'm telling you, we've talked about this.
We've talked about this.
And
yes.
we don't have an answer, bro, as much as we think we do. How long did Jules and Vincent know each other?
The second one was, what did Jimmy do when he was in the life? Because remember, we talked about that.
I'm assuming he was a hitman like they were.
Right, but how long was he in it? When did he retire? Where did he meet Bonnie? There's a lot of questions, bro.
I think, yeah, no, that's a good one. They give me enough, bro. We're supposed to believe that he's pussy wolf, right? Because he talks shit about her, but he's also kissing her ass.
He doesn't want her. He doesn't want to get fucking divorced. She's going to come home, and I'm going to get fucking divorced. And I don't want to get fucking divorced. I'm not going to say what else he said in that scene, but yeah.
What about Uncle Conrad and Aunt Ginny, bro?
Yeah, bro. You know, I'm an Oak man myself. How about you, Jimmy? Oak's good.
Winston Wolf, bro. He deserves his own movie. You know what?
Yes,
every side character in that movie deserves their own movie, bro, when you think about it.
Everyone.
Lance does.
Even Marvin.
Phil Lamar, bro.
That's right, Phil Lamar.
No. Marvin, Lance. Because I want to hear him call him Vicencio more than one time, bro. Hey, Vicencio.
Vincenzo. Yeah, that's right. My ex's brother, bro. I used to always say his name and it would pop you. Vincenzo, bro.
No, he used to tell me. I'm not
when he goes, I'll take the Pepsi challenge. Well, they did that fucking shit in Amsterdam. This one's 500.
He gives him a sob story, bro, which is fucked up because we find out that Butch keyed his car. We don't.
Yeah, well, we don't find out the clues.
Yes, but Lance, being a businessman, doesn't give two fucks about that story. He still charges them full price for the drugs.
You know what happened, man? Some fucking motherfucker keyed it. Had it in storage for 3 years. That should be against the rules. I'd have given anything if I was there when he did it. It would have been worth him doing it if I caught him doing it.
And the irony is that he kills him.
Dickless piece of shit. He called him a dickless piece of shit. Some dickless piece of shit killed it.
No, what possibly is that there's no reason for him to start talking shit when they first meet. He calls him Palooka, bro, which is very insulting for a boxer.
Yes,
that's an old boxing carny term that nobody uses anymore.
I ain't your friend Palooka. Excuse me? You heard what I said, Punchy?
You heard what I said? But there's no reason for that.
He was mean to him for no reason.
And then he goes outside and keys his car for being an asshole.
That's right.
You
said in the wolf? Shit, Negro. That's all you had to say.
Why party at 8 in the morning, bro? That's another mystery.
It was very early in the morning, yeah.
And then he puts white 3 people, black no head. When he's doing the notes.
That's right. Okay, I want to actually discuss this, bro. You'll never believe what I had today for lunch, bro. I had the closest thing to a real big kahuna burger. I have a recipe where I can make burgers in my kitchen now that taste almost as good as Five Guys. So I did it, right? And with adobo, and guess what I used for bun? Because I did use pan. There is a new, go to Walmart for this.
Beta pan.
No, very alpha. This is actually very alpha. This is alpha bread, bro.
What is that, a cauliflower, bro?
Not alpha brain, alpha bread. All right. So what it is there is a low carb Hawaiian bun with the you know King's Hawaiian. You know
low
what I'm talking
carb
about.
Hawaiian bun is already. You can't alpha that up. It's impossible.
Yes, you can. It's made with avocado oil, which is the right oil, seed oil. It's not seed oil, and it's 1 gram of carb each, 1 net gram of carb, and it tastes a little bit sweet, and it's amazing, bro. So I had a big kahuna burger. That's that Hawaiian burger joint.
No.
They do make some tasty burgers.
Golden Corral, bro, with the best bread.
You, bro, you love it.
Don't tell me that bread is not good.
No, it's great. It's addicting. That's why I can't eat it. I'll have one after another. It's so good.
Yeah, for a potato, probably made out of potato flour, bro. Beta shit.
No, potato bread I haven't had since I was a kid. That's like bread for broke people, though, bro. And I know, I grew up broke.
Why did God, right? Our God, I should say.
Well, my God.
Why did our God introduce us to carbohydrates if he wished we didn't have it?
Now, how do you know it wasn't the devil?
Why did God introduce me to animal meat if he didn't wish I could have it?
Well, he did say you could have it.
Exactly. So therefore, I'm gonna follow that. I'm gonna follow. Give a fuck about what you read on the internet.
Well, that's fine.
Yeah, thank
All
you,
I know is
Junior RDC. Yes, God from the good. What other God is there? Come on,
there is no other God, bro. That's right. There is no other God. There's only one God.
The big man upstairs.
The man upstairs. That's right.
Got the best seat in the house.
Yeah. Well, no, that's Carrie. Not Carrie. That's David.
So you tell me that God could watch Shockwave from 2004 and the White House UFC show at the same time?
Wouldn't that be awesome? He could watch any Pride show at the same time, bro.
All 27 of them, bro?
There's more than 27. There was 34, not including the tournaments and the Bushidos.
Bro, he could watch all the UFC shows, all the Pride shows, and he could also watch
all the territories at the same time, bro, while they were going on. It's like Jim Cornette.
And he could also watch Hickson Gracie driving to the gym, wrapping his ass.
And Ernie Ladd driving with the Briscoes in the backseat.
The Briscoes that we respect, yeah.
So, have you heard anything about Death of Robin Hood? The trailers look good with Hugh Jackman.
Yeah, it's getting good reviews, but it's gonna. I don't know. It's different audiences, so maybe it'll go okay.
So it is.
I'm gonna watch it for sure.
Well.
I don't know. I'm gonna watch it for sure because I'm a fan. Hugh Jackman's actually a really good actor. So.
Yeah.
But who's directing that movie? Is it what's the name of the guy whose brother committed suicide?
Ridley Scott. Tony Scott. Yeah, Tony
Ridley,
Scott's the one that committed suicide.
I don't trust Ridley anymore, bro. I don't trust him anymore. And he does shit like this. So I don't know if he's the one that's directing this movie.
I think this question's for you, and you did see it, right? Because I already have a review right here on this channel.
Yeah, but it could also be for you.
No, because I already have a review right here on this channel.
Does this guy work for New Japan Pro Wrestling, bro?
I don't know if anybody works there anymore, bro. At the rate this is going. Remember, I got the title from Callum Thompson in Houston and dropped it back to him.
Newman, but they had Dominion this past. I skipped it though. Anyways, I did see Masters of the Universe. I enjoyed it. I mean, but I could see why people thought it was a big flop. Like,
I enjoyed it. The trailer wasn't
over, bro. He-Man's not over. So
yeah, that's 30 years too late, bro. Or 35.
But I thought it was a good movie. It was a little too silly at times with the whole James Gunn gimmick because it seems like that's how Hollywood knows what to do now. The James Gunn fucking self-referential bullshit.
That Supergirl film is gonna flop, is what everybody is projecting. Because there's not really a lot of buzz behind it.
No, that's next week. No, yeah, 2 weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks.
But did you put that one on your little fucking calendar of events, bro?
I already got tickets.
Oh. Look, Science Suplex.
See, he's a good man, bro. He's a good man.
Well, no,
I have been going to the movies a lot more lately.
Listen, bro. I like that you leave your house. First of all, I like that. No, here's the thing. Okay, let's clear it up right now.
I'm actually going to be going on vacation soon.
Where?
I haven't decided yet, but I feel like I should. I feel like I should go on vacation one more time before Dragon Ball starts in October. You know what I mean?
Do you have any finalists in mind?
I want to go somewhere where I can go into a fucking hot tub and chill. Did I tell you that after Dragon Ball is done this time, when I make another million, I'm going to fucking get a hot tub for outside the house, bro. That's going to be a bitch magnet, bro.
And you're going to take me to Japan, bro. That's still on the docket.
That's still on the docket, yeah, for sure. Any other plan to see the Odyssey? I'm sure both of us are going to see the Odyssey. I mean, the truth, it's a tradition for... I don't know. I think it's the same for you, right? Nolan movies, we try to see them on screen every time. I think it's fair, right?
I see everything on screen, bro.
I thought you were going to make fun of me for Tenet, bro. Remember, you were going to roast me for 2021.
I just can't believe that.
2020 was Sonic. No, wait. 2021 was Tenet.
You keep on saying Sonic, but that was like late. Yeah,
that was February 2020.
But not even casuals only saw one movie in 2020. There were still movies, bro. They just were not on fucking theatrical.
No, right. A lot of them were. Yeah, I remember.
Okay, so here's the thing. I think
Top Gun Maverick got pushed back like 6 times.
I think what you're trying to send is that if Nolan movies are event movies, and the answer is yes. There's only 2 filmmakers that are event movies to me, and that's Quentin Tarantino and Christopher Nolan.
You've obviously got a 70 millimeter theater near you, right?
I have like 3 of them. I don't think you have any, bro.
No, the closest one I have is Orlando, bro.
Right. They're very rare. They're very rare.
We used to have one though. We had one. Remember? Okay, obviously you remember the Hateful Eight Roadshow
Yes.
with the ultra widescreen with the original
Right, I love
projector.
that,
Yeah,
bro. I
we
love
had one. I still have my thing. We had one theater here that had it, bro, and they don't even have it anymore.
Nah, Real Tech. Dallas fucking sucks, bro. I hate
No,
that.
I've already been there twice, bro. I've already been there twice. So
Okay, so going back to the event movies. So unfortunately, bro, I'm in a little bit of a dilemma because this fucking guy, remember, he sold out all the screenings a year ago. I fucked up, and I didn't get any. And so now
there's still room down here, bro, for IMAX.
Bro, I ain't traveling to fucking Tampa, Florida. For
No. I'm not saying you can. I'm saying that it's not everywhere. But are you gonna try and go outside of LA to see it?
No, I'm just gonna wait. I'd rather just wait. I'm probably not gonna see it on opening day because it's sold out everywhere, and I don't want to see it on a regular theater because that needs to be watched in IMAX.
Yeah, IMAX.
So I'm just gonna wait.
The whole thing is IMAX.
Like Saturday or Sunday, unfortunately, because I just couldn't get tickets for Thursday. They all sold out a year ago. So, anyways, that's why tomorrow when Spider-Man tickets go on sale, I'm gonna jump on it quick because I want to make sure I get my perfect seating for that.
Right.
But what was I gonna say? What were we talking about before?
We were talking about well, we haven't got to wrestling yet, bro. Honestly,
we're talking about any. Oh, why don't you just go back to Vegas, bro? And just you like Vegas?
I do like Vegas, but I also part of me wants to go somewhere new.
Go to Atlantic City,
somewhere
bro.
I haven't. You know what? I haven't been there. Maybe I will go back up there, bro. Maybe I don't know. I have to think about it. I do want to take one more vacation. I just don't know where.
Unless you want to come to LA and we could hang out and I'll take you to some spots. Because
Right.
we go to famous movie. I'll take you to the
To the New Beverly, right?
Of course, I'll take you there. But
Yeah.
no,
Oh.
what's the movie that was filmed in LA that pops you, bro?
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood was filmed there.
Oh, I could take you to eat at the spot, bro. Yeah, but also I could take you to the Oh, we go to the Reservoir Dogs Diner, bro.
No, what pops me? No. You're forgetting what pops me about LA. You need to take me to fucking Brentwood.
Oh, we could go there. Yeah,
That's
they changed it, but yeah.
no, they changed it. Yeah, Rockingham is also fucking changed. Bro.
Right. No, yeah. But I could take you there.
I think LeBron James actually lives in Brentwood now. I think
There's a lot of celebrities. That's a famous celebrity area.
Yeah.
It's about 16 miles from me. It's on the other side of town, but I could take you there.
Yeah, the rich folk side. Even though you said that there's rich and poor folks spread all over the place.
Yeah, it's fucking trippy. LA is trippy, bro. Like, especially now with the homeless population, which I guess plagues all the leftist blue states. Anyways, I'm trying to. Oh, Real Tech. So Big Kev. The thing about Danny is that he sucks Big Kev's dick quite a bit.
I haven't watched Big Kev in a long time. Did he say something stupid?
He was pissed off because Maven and Stevie Richards are more over than him on YouTube.
Maven's over. Maven blew the fuck up, bro. Maven's more over than anybody on YouTube when it comes to those guys. Like
Yeah.
he blew up big time.
He's at 1 million, I think, now.
Of all people, bro, Maven. Of all people, that's wild.
I think
Especially-
he's very charismatic when he talks, bro. That's why.
Yeah, well, I mean, he had that when he first got signed. He also fucked Florence Henderson.
He also lied about his mom dying, bro, which pissed me off.
Okay, brother, we talked about this. We talked about this in the last show we did, bro.
Patreon at bigd.com.
Thank you, bro. In fact, you just reminded me. I got to make sure. I think that's actually up on here.
And I want to make a rule from now on. We're not going to talk about old shit anymore because it's in the archives. And if you want to go to the archives, you know how to reach them. That's just the way it is.
Well, we're going to work on getting the rest of the episodes from Louis and maybe figuring something out with that. There might be an easy way to.
So what do you think about Big Kev being mad, bro? About Stevie Richards and Maven being more over than him?
You know, it's weird because that's a common thing on YouTube. There's a lot of envy, a lot of jealousy.
Remember, they don't pass the airport test. He does. So that's fucking.
Oh, he definitely does, bro. Yeah, but Maven's got that unibrow, so maybe he won't pass it. Remember, bro. Remember what I told you in 2019? How I'm pretty much one of the boys because I got recognized at the airport. I got recognized at the airport by like 3 people, bro. Oh, we didn't discuss Jade Cargill losing the weave, bro. Tits and a dick. Shit.
I don't know if that was Jaleel White or Jay Cargill in there for a minute, bro.
What's worse, Jay Cargill losing the wig or Don Callis losing his teeth, bro? What's worse?
Jay Cargill, bro.
Or TK or Phil Brooks losing his mind and TK just looking at him. That was another one.
Oh, I thought you meant Phil Brooks losing money on the gas that he's been buying lately, bro.
He has, bro. He's coming back a new man.
He's jacked to the gills now.
He's coming back a new man, bro.
Well,
He wants that title. He wants to go on the title wave. I said title wave.
I don't know if that was him or Rob Conway, who I just saw at Taboo Tuesday 2005.
Do you want to get to that show? Actually, the original reason we were even going to talk about that show is because of the John Cena Classic. What do you think about the John?
Real quick, I never really respected Big Kev, but Danny is the one that's all over his ass for years, which is cool. Like, that's fine.
I mean, we just laugh at his interviews with Sean Oliver because he tells good stories, and he is a very charismatic storyteller.
That's true.
And he refers to, and every single wrestler's name has been shut down to one syllable. Well, you know, Keish called up Take, and he said he didn't want to put him over. He said, bring him in and fuck him. And I said, no, let's bring him in, then fuck him. That's Kev, bro. He's awesome.
Oh, no, this is what I was going to ask you, bro. If you had one choice, all right, think about this.
Here we
one
go.
Choice of a, I'm not even going to say Pulp Fiction. I'm gonna throw it down for you. One side character of the Tarantino universe that they could have their own movie, who would it be, bro? Remember, you have a lot of options here.
I'm thinking, all right.
Would it be Larry Newendike from Reservoir Dogs, bro?
No. Actually, I'd rather Winston Wolfe get one, to be honest. I think Winston Wolfe might actually be my pick, bro, honestly. Sanford Smithers would have a funny movie, at least.
Bro.
No, bro, Calvin Candy. He needs to come back. We need another movie with him in it, bro. There you go. But he's not really a side character.
What about who was the one that you said?
The Bear Jew?
No, bro. Unless it's Adam Sandler, like it was supposed to be. No, the Winston Wolfe, but he's trapped in the back rooms, bro.
He'll find a way out. He'll find a way out, bro.
Because that's his job, to solve problems, so he's got to get out of there.
I'm trying to think, man, of
Hattori Hanzo, but he's dead, bro. That's the problem. The actor.
Yeah, man.
The Street Fighter guy.
Either Winston Wolfe or Jimmy Dimmick. Yeah, you're talking about Sonny Chiba. Either because Tarantino's a mark for him because of and we saw that in True Romance because fucking Christian Slater goes to go see the Street Fighter movies. Yeah, actually, that movie's got a lot of characters that could have their own movie, bro.
Yeah.
James Gandolfini's in that one, bro. What a cast that movie has! Holy shit! Guess what?
That's the guy that jumped off the bridge. Yeah.
Tony Scott, bro. That's Tony Scott, bro. He's a great filmmaker. I told you I like him more than Ridley Scott.
I wouldn't hate on people that say that.
No, he did Top Gun, Alpha. He did
True Romance.
True Romance. He did The Fan. Remember The Fan?
He did a weird fucking Tarantino favorite, Unstoppable, the one with the train. That was fucking weird.
And he did maybe his best movie was Enemy of the State. People forget how good that movie was, bro.
But not Enema of the State, the Blink 182 album.
No, what's my age again? So the John Cena Classic, bro.
Which he went on record saying he don't know what the fuck he was talking about. That's the latest from that.
I have a feeling they're gonna can it, bro. It feels like they haven't mentioned it at all since that show, and I think they're gonna can it. I mean, the idea, I'm being honest, it's kind of stupid.
Well, it was gut check, bro. It was literally gut check, wasn't it? That's what it was.
You mean the TNA gut check?
Yeah.
I guess, but the gut check just don't want to be fucking what do you call it? Tough enough.
Except we don't have a black guy with his nuts sticking out.
Daryl.
They should track him down, bro. What is Daryl up to nowadays? He's gotta be like 50.
I think he became a teacher or a basketball coach or something. I think I found him, bro. Remember I went down after one of our shows. I went down the rabbit hole trying to find those guys.
Your nuts are sticking out.
Just so you know, man, there's a big hole in your shorts. I can see your nuts. That's what he said to him, bro. And remember, they would complain about how bad he would smell when he'd have him in headlocks.
Bro, the nose was mad because somebody had a Goldberg poster up, bro.
Yep, and so was Taz. Remember, he ripped it down. Wrong company.
So yeah, so no, yeah, they're probably gonna cancel it. I mean, they never brought it up again.
The rumor is that it's going to be at the December. They're going to add a December pay-per-view for that show.
It ain't gonna be day one again, bro.
No, did you know that there's no September pay-per-view on the docket, bro? It's from SummerSlam, and then October is Money in the Bank. I don't know what they're going to do in September. I guess WrestlePalooza, right? They'll add a date somewhere.
Yeah, or they'll throw in a Saturday night's main event in there. They seem to be doing that more often now.
Yeah, well, it's Sunday night's main event now, I guess, so...
They're getting lazier and lazier, bro. They're literally just glorified house shows at this point.
Yeah, Raw was not bad last night, but it was just...
Jesse the Mind Ventura, bro. Ever since he lost his mind on the air, the last time he was on commentary, they never brought him back.
Wait, what does that have to do with WWE?
Well, no, the Sunday, the Saturday night's main events are just...
I thought... No, I'm talking about overall.
They're like such a non-story, bro. But remember how much hype they had? Like...
They were cool the first time. Yeah, Cody came out with the WWF Winged Eagle, bro. It was awesome.
That's right. They don't even use the Obsession theme song anymore, bro.
You aren't upset. Oh, man, that takes me back. Where do you want me to be to make you sleep with me? That's fucking, yeah. Anyways, bro.
So what do you think about this? I mean, how would you book it? Like...
Because remember, even losers can get voted, so fans are going to vote for whoever they want, but
that never works, bro, because they sabotage what the nose wants. They'll sabotage it on purpose.
And does the title, and so like
Remember,
is the only way to lose
Desmond Wolf.
Is the only way to lose the title to like have somebody vote you to lose it? Like there's a lot of things I don't understand about this gimmick, bro.
Are they trying to like get you going with Big D? Thoughts on the Knicks winning the championship?
I thought it was. It's not. My thoughts are not really more about the Knicks. They're about. By the way, we're about to talk about basketball, bro, which as my friend in the Discord called the African ballet. So the San Antonio Spurs blew 3 leads, bro, in 3 different games. So they choked.
Is that what I don't watch any kind of sport where a particular ethnicity has an advantage, because that's not my thing.
I mean, in wrestling, it's mostly whites.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is. It's always been like that.
You have Alberto El Patron.
What does that have to do with anything?
Well, you say it's mostly whites.
It is. It is mostly whites. But you have Mexico and Japan, but it's still mostly white.
Who's going to go to the King of the Ring and win the crown, bro? It's going to be Oba Femi.
I guess it'll be
Oba Femi. I hope he's
Femi.
not white.
Is Oba going to get fucked by Brock? Because I feel like that's what they're building to.
Now you got me set on this countering your argument about there. Bro, the finals for the King of the Ring is going to be a Samoan and a black dude. There's no whites there.
Well, they're doing that for DEI purposes, bro. You know that.
And then on the other bracket is going to be an Asian woman from Japan.
That's right. Of course. Where's she going to be, from Vietnam?
No, she could have been from China.
She's from World Wonder Ring Stardom, bro.
Oh, I love that company, bro.
Rossi.
Asuka and Io Sky kind of had one of those matches.
Well, Blake Monroe's coming, bro. So
when is she gonna get there, bro?
I don't know. She needs to hurry up and get there, bro. No matter how you get there, just get there.
It's gonna be like a Wade Hansen, bro, or Wade Vanson.
Hade Vanson.
He's gonna have all those vignettes and only.
It was 2 weeks of vignettes, bro, and that was it.
No, he came out. He's gonna be like Mordecai, bro.
Yeah.
Kevin Fertig.
He had a month.
Yeah, Blake Monroe's gonna be like Mordecai, bro.
Yeah, or Veer, bro. Remember Veer in like, what was it, 2019, 2020?
Well, no, it was 2019. Like the vignettes were the same ones.
Well, and 2019 is when EC3 beat John Moxley in a match that nobody remembered, either of us.
Bro, they should do a gimmick where Blake Monroe comes in and she's acting crazy, right? Like she's obsessed. There's a hint right there. She's obsessed. See, this is how you.
Over who though? But over who? No, I got a better idea. Somebody goes to Danhausen, and they ask Danhausen to put a love spell on Blake Monroe, and that's how she becomes.
And he says, "Give me money.
Give me money. Look at my teeth." And then he does it, right? He puts the love spell on fucking Blake Monroe, and she becomes obsessed with like Sami Zayn.
No,
but
no.
But here's where
it gets better. They do the gimmick where
he's I'm married, bitch.
No,
like
they
age.
They do the gimmick where we only see Danhausen, but we don't see who's talking to him. So the mystery is who asked for this wish, and that's what that's what we're tuning in.
And it's Otis.
No, bro, we're gonna figure it out together right now. We're gonna throw our booking hats on because I don't know who it is. But then, so Blake Monroe, she does this gimmick where she's having a great match, a World of Stardom style match, but then she snaps into it and then she just doesn't. She just goes crazy, like Nikki Cross with back.
Like Leo Rush is doing now.
Kind of, yeah.
Okay.
And so, but the mystery is who made this wish? Who said this wish? My answer would be Brock Lesnar, bro.
Oh God. And she sends him a video and he goes, "Thanks, bitch."
That's the payoff, bro.
That's the payoff.
See, if I was a billionaire, I would do things like that just for my own amusement, bro. I would book all that shit. I would book a 6-month angle for the payoff to just be, "Thanks, bitch." Brother,
bitch.
And keep this in mind. I'm flying Brock into the arena, no matchbook.
No, just vignettes, bro.
He's literally just gonna
What would you do arena though? That's what I want to know.
Wow, she's gonna have to get her head smashed on the steering wheel of a car, I guess.
Okay, good. It'd be an improvement. Good. Bro.
No, first I would have her say
You spoiled the big scene in the movie, but by now
bro,
people should have seen it.
Bro, first I'm gonna have her. Who is she gonna be talking to in the band, bro? She's gonna be talking
Brock
to
Lesnar. She's talking to Brock Lesnar in the van.
No,
Blake Monroe.
And then Brock's like,
not Blake Monroe. Arena.
No, but then Brock is gonna be like, "I don't need you in the company anymore. I need you at home being a mom." And then
that's very right wing of him, which he would say.
And then Rena's gonna be like, "Well, don't you understand, honey? All the women want to be me, and the men come to see me." And then she says that, and it's gonna be Blake Monroe, bro.
Yeah, that'd be awesome, bro. I'm picturing it right now. And then
you're gonna see Brock. Brock's such a man, bro, that he's gonna want a gig for the blood effect. He's not gonna want the fake blood to splash on him. And then he's gonna be like, "Thanks, bitch." Whenever after the whole thing.
After she sends him a picture of her peeing.
Now the business, bro.
The natural segue to that is the real story. So it came out recently that we're not going to get a trial, and that Janelle Grant is going to go to arbitration with Vince, which means that the information is not going to get publicized. This was a big story. This was the biggest story to happen maybe in ages, right?
It changed the business. It changed the business because everything that happened, the reason why TKO has the company now is spawns from this whole scenario.
Well, yeah, they had it, but now Vince lost power. But here's the thing now, because this is still going on. So
remember, he got betrayed, bro, because the agreement was that he was going to be allowed.
But remember, he also betrayed everybody else because now they're doing the investigation where he rejected other people's money offers so he can get with TKO to retain power. That's the new trial that they're trying to get right now.
There's some Game of Thrones shit going on here, bro. You got people backstabbing people in the back, left and right.
Yeah.
So here's the deal, folks. So originally, Vince, he didn't sell to TKO. They merged. I hate when people say he didn't sell shit. They merged and became one big company.
Well, but Endeavor bought it. Endeavor bought the company.
Well, they just bought yeah, you could say that. It's very Wall
They
Street.
Converted the shares.
Yeah,
it's a purchase.
So the idea was okay, Vinny's gonna be able to retain power under Ari Emanuel. And
he was ahead of Dana in power
remember,
too.
Bro, it got very Martin Scorsese movie-ish because he fired. This is weird. This is political. He fired all the people on the board that wouldn't vote for him back in, and then he put people that would vote for him back into the board. And
that's very Emperor Palpatine of him, bro.
And he got the power again. He okayed the whole gimmick, and then
George Barrios, bro.
No, well, he's been gone for a while.
No, I know, but he's one of the guys that came back.
Right. And then what ended up happening was that the original email started coming in 2022, and he stepped down, right? And then Paul got the ball. Remember, Paul was out of the business because he had the heart attack. Paul was not even really in the business anymore as much. And then he was put as head of creative, and he started doing such a good job, bro. And this is one of the things that Ari Emanuel made me proud, because then Vinny wanted to come back. He's like, "Okay, I'm ready," and Ari's like, "Nah, bro, you're done. You know, you're not. I put all my faith on Paul, the nose, and but Vinny was still in the shadows at this point.
Yes.
and he was still manipulating Paul's booking.
He had a semblance of control.
Right. And so then that created as we found out with the text, that created conflict with the Nose and Vinny, because they were going at it quite a bit. And then to the point where the Nose was like, yo, like, is this guy over? Why does he keep on overriding my decisions? No, there was that famous text where it's like, he's gonna come to the arena. Why is he fucking coming to the arena? Like, why? You know, and so there was conflict. What ended up happening was that Janelle Grant didn't want to settle at that time. She wanted to take it to court. And at that point, there was sponsors that were starting to kind of say, okay, what's going on here?
This was January of 2024. Or no, yeah, because that's when that happened, the weekend that I went to the Rumble.
Right, and then at that point, Vince literally, for lack of a better term, he got fired. He was fired. He was
yeah.
gone.
Ari asked him to step down, and then remember, he sold a lot of his shares.
But he's still the highest.
But he sold a lot of his shares for like $1 billion, I think. But he still has a lot of shares to this day.
He has the highest.
I don't think he has the highest, but he has a lot. I think he has a lot. He had the highest then.
Right. So then my question to you. Okay, and this is going to be very interesting. Yes, to you. Because the Nose has been struggling lately.
Big time.
Do we see Vinny coming back?
That was my question to you, because if now that this is going to arbitration, that means that it's probably going to get settled. He's probably going to pay her the money she wants, and we're going to forget about this whole thing. I'm telling you, that's what's going to happen.
And I want to make one thing clear for the people, for the incels in the room, which I know there is some, just because of the nature of where we're at. Janelle Grant didn't settle because she gave up. She settled because we live in a world that's very unfair. We live in a world that doesn't always have justice. It's all about how much money you got. And what was she gonna do? Take it to a criminal trial and then Donald Trump?
Well, it would have been a civil trial. Yeah.
No, but originally they wanted criminal. But
yeah, they investigated him, but couldn't get enough evidence. I guess, right? Wasn't that the story?
Right, but also Donald, like he was never gonna do time. Like, let's be real about it. But
no, hell no. Plus, Trump would have pardoned him because him and Trump are friends.
That's what I'm saying. Like, so it was pointless to go criminal. He was never gonna do time. But I think Vinny at the end did suffer because they took his baby from him, and that's probably worse than to him. But here's the point. Unfortunately, it was a war of attrition, right? A term that pops you. It was literally who has more money, and obviously Vinny has more money. And it's like, what are you gonna do? Go on forever with this thing? So she get her payout. But at the end of the day, it's like he still, in a way, he got away with it because everything's going to be sealed.
Well, you know? I was actually going to say that before you did. When I found out this is going to arbitration, what I said was, it's the same thing that happened to Diddy, and it's the same thing that happened to OJ. The reality is, bro, that if you have a lot of money, you can get away with anything. And that's just the way it is. Like, the more money you have, the more you can get away with shit. And this is just another example of it. So this is going to get settled in arbitration. No documents are going to become public. We know what we know based on what she publicized. In time, that'll probably be forgotten. Does that mean that Vince comes back into the company? That's the big question. I don't know if they're going to let him come back and take control, but I think he's certainly going to try. And I also think,
especially with Paul struggling.
At the very least, bro, I actually can see them inducting him into the Hall of Fame at some point. I see. But that's gonna be tricky,
bro, because that's gonna open it up to, like, the thing is that then you're giving control to the marks. And I know that they forgave Brock, and I know that they forgave.
Well, what do you mean control of the marks?
Well, what is he gonna do? Like, come. What about if he goes out there in public and then they start catcalling him or something? It's gonna be very embarrassing. They don't like to do that, bro. That's the reason why.
Watch him do the Hall of Fame in Saudi.
I mean, he could, but even he could do it there. He could do it there. But also, like, remember, they don't like to be scrutinized, bro. Like, that's the reason why Paul doesn't do the post-show pressers anymore, because he knows that he's gonna get catcalls. Like, he got that one time, you know, he got it really bad. I think it was after WrestlePalooza or something like that, one of those shows. Because that was the first time he promised, like, a big surprise, and he didn't deliver shit.
Yeah, WrestlePalooza was when he was booed a lot in the press, but that wasn't the presser. The presser's when they started, when guys like Pollock and them started asking him questions he doesn't want to answer. Remember, right. They were asking him about the Vince thing, bro, and he was just like, I don't know how to, I haven't read it yet or whatever. I remember those days.
Even though it was bullshit, why wouldn't you? Like, it's your family, bro.
That's where things get even more weird. This is literally the grandfather of his children, right? That's where things get even more weird with this family because he doesn't want the guy back, but that's also his father-in-law. It's very complicated, bro.
Okay, and then another follow-up question because the marks are fucking stupid, as we know. Just because Paul's struggling, right, doesn't mean the answer is Vince coming back. Because me and you have lived through bad Vince. We through it, bad booking. The Vinceism, bro. Like we've lived through that shit.
You know,
I'm gonna go ahead and go say it right now. Even though I don't like Paul's booking at all right now, give me this over any of Vince's bad booking. I'd rather have bad booking than Vince's bad booking.
Okay, yeah. A lot of people now are saying. A lot of people are now saying that they want Vince to come back because of how bad the booking's gotten, right? I've seen that. I've seen that opinion out there.
Yes.
The thing is, and this, I don't know if you saw this. I didn't talk to you about this, but there was a clip that went viral recently, right? Of one of the last Raws that Vince booked before the 2022 when he left. The final segment on the show. Let me know if you remember this because I don't until I saw the video and I was like, holy shit.
It was EC3 pinning John Moxley.
No, that was 2020, but it was similar. There were similarities. It was the pose off between Bobby Lashley and Austin Theory when Theory threw baby oil in his eyes and started beating him up and shit, bro. That's the most Vince fucking segment ever, bro. And I watched that and I said, yeah, dude, I don't want this fucking guy back. Anytime you see a pose off with muscular guys, it's usually Vince. The only time that ever worked, in my opinion, bro, was Warrior and Rude. That's the only time this shit
Thunderbolt
worked.
Patterson was right. Hey, muscles. He was right when he said that.
You gotta wrestle a little bit.
Why do you do the
You made $75, I made $4, and that's reverse racism. That's Eddie Sharkey, bro.
They need to give the book to the Undertaker, bro. Fuck it. Eh?
Well, I mean, he did a great job, and he's doing a great job in Mexico, which is wacky.
Yeah, but he's got an hour. You can't compare 1 hour with a couple guys on the roster to 5 hours, bro. It's a big thing.
Yeah, I don't know, bro.
Plus, do you want to see Michelle McCool all over the TV, bro? Once he gets power?
No, I don't want to see her ever again, bro. You're not enough for me.
They'll probably bring one of them World of Stardom bitches to do the job to her, bro. So she could say that she started that company too.
With Mina Shirakawa's, bro.
With Rosie Ogawa, bro.
That's right. That's right.
I like Tekla, bro. I can't. Tekla's fucking hot, bro, from AEW. I like her.
I don't know if she's on the level of Mina Shirakawa, but my favorite's still Harley Cameron.
Mina Shirakawa's a top 10, bro. Mina Shirakawa's fucking. She's amazing. She's gorgeous. She's big ass.
Harley Cameron's my number one from AEW.
And her face is kind of weird, bro.
I don't think so.
Remember, round faces are not my thing, bro.
I don't think she has a round face.
Yeah, a hell of a round face. What are you talking about? Oh. Look at it. The what does it say? Oh yeah, because he's doing this. The Undertaker.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I don't want Vince back, but I mean, but you know what, bro? Like at the same time, here's where I'm conflicted.
Got a machine too strong, cooking politicians. I want to hear that song again, bro.
You up against the machine too strong.
By the way, I got a trivia question for you. When did that song make its debut? You're gonna get it because
the Royal Rumble '99. That was the pay-per-view. No Chance in Hell.
Yeah, the theme song for the pay-per-view was that song, right?
Yeah, and then he used it as his regular theme. Yes, we did. We have seen that. He's been killing Kellogg's, bro, and going to computer school.
Well, that's because he's been in Mexico with them tacos, bro. He's their lead commentator.
Yeah, that happened to you as well?
The American Vampiro, bro. That was his name, remember? The American Vampiro.
Not the Canadian Vampiro.
No, there's another guy.
Oh, another Hall of Famer. He should be in the Hall of Fame, bro. You imagine his speech? It would all be bullshit, bro.
Let's not start sucking each other's dicks, yeah, like Winston Wolfe said.
Yeah, that's right, bro.
Gable and Kaiser was not the highest rated match in WWE history. Get away with that shit.
No, I think according to Meltzer, I think it was, bro. I think it was like 5.75.
I thought he meant like TV ratings.
It outdid Adam Cole and Johnny Gargano, which I think got 5.25. I think this one got 5.75. I think. Right?
No, bro, it outdid Take and
Shawn. Well, a lot of matches outdid Take and Shawn, bro. But Dave will never forget that. Dave will never let that one fucking.
Well, no, you mean they won't let him forget that? That's what you mean.
Yeah, well, they will never ever be allowed to forget it. Is what's gonna happen, bro. Remember, Chris Van Vliet called him out on it. He's like, "But a 4.75 is the same thing as a 5." And then Chris goes, "No, it's not. That's the
not
same
true.
thing.
I hate when he uses that as an answer because there's a
It's
reality.
not."
We celebrate 5-star matches. We celebrate those matches. We don't celebrate 4 1/4. So it's not the same.
Especially from him at that time, because there was an era where Meltzer 5-star matches were like being traded among tape traders as compilations.
John Cena versus CM Punk in Chicago, bro. I got 5 stars.
Yes, it did, bro. Brett Nolan got 5, didn't it? The cage match.
Not the cage match, the Mania match. I think got 5.
I thought the cage match is the one that got 5, and the Mania match got 4.
Shawn got 5 at WrestleMania.
That I do, yeah. And I think Hell in a Cell, the first one, got 5.
Oh, that
right?
better get 5. It was a great match.
Yeah, but then it wasn't as good as the fucking Mania 25 and 26 shot and take.
Well, 25. 26 was awesome.
26 was better than 25.
That was no. You think so? I
Yes.
think 25 was better.
No, I think 26 was
The only
better.
thing about 26 was
Told
that
a better story.
A, I was there live, and B, he gave him the super tombstone. Remember, the where he jumps.
Yeah, well, yeah, because of course, but that match was better because it told a better story. I thought it told a way better story. And they had to go after the first match, and they still delivered.
Oh, I thought you meant the first match of the night, bro, which was the Miz and fucking
And John Morrison
versus the Big Show and
was it
R-Truth.
R-Truth, yeah, something like that. Wasn't it the Miz and R-Truth?
No, it was the Miz and Big Show versus Morrison and R-Truth. That was it.
Something like that, yeah, something.
At
like
like 3
that.
minutes, I was pissed.
Yeah,
Bro, that show had so many letdowns. It had the Randall K match with what was it?
with Cody and Teddy.
That was a letdown. That's a squash, is what it
Teddy's
was.
another guy who got found not guilty, bro.
And
Nobody
he
gets in
also
trouble
found-
if you have
also
money.
found Kellogg's. I don't know
Yes,
if he
he
has
did.
money. He just has.
He does have money. His dad's Ted DiBiase, bro. Of course he has money.
Oh,
He's also got Sweet Sapphire probably somewhere running
I'm
around.
giving you the Matt Bourne look from WrestleMania 9 in the trailer.
What do you want? Oh, Gene, get out of here. You know what you're talking about. You know what you're talking about. And then, excuse me, buddy.
Hey, you almost beat Jamie Dundee with that one, bro. Almost.
No, wait a minute now. Wait, I don't know. You really like that one that much? It was good.
No, it made it better because of my own writing of the explanation, and I popped myself.
Yeah, but it was still great.
Oh, it was great. Anyways, all right. So, do you want to go to the next segment? Okay, I'm gonna give you an option. We'll go to the next segment, or I'm gonna go to my segment where I'm gonna throw the gauntlet on you. Which one do you want?
Wait, what do you mean the next segment? What happened to Taboo Tuesday? Are we not covering
Yeah,
that
we're
anymore?
gonna cover that. That's a segment, but that'll be in a little bit. But
Okay.
we're okay. So on the last show, I covered the history of the Intercontinental Championship until I got stuck.
Oh no!
I'm gonna give you a choice, bro.
Oh no!
And I'm not gonna make it hard for you.
Oh no!
You could either tell me right now the history of the WWE World Title until you get stuck, or the history of the ECW World Heavyweight Title until you get stuck. Which you shouldn't get stuck on that.
Oh my god! Actually, I might know the WWE title better, bro. Believe it or not. But I will tell you this right now. There's a very good chance I'm probably going to end up getting fucked up around like 2015, 2016. Because that era is a blur to me.
Let me. I'm pulling up the.
You're pulling up the title history. Look at my hands, bro. Proof that I'm not cheating.
There's
I'm not,
Bruno, bro. Seeing Bruno already pops me.
Of course, he's the greatest one who ever held that title.
Where the fucking dude? I fucking hate Wikipedia, bro.
You know the history of the WWF title.
I did, and it. Hold on. Don't cheat. I'm not looking at you.
I'm not cheating, bro.
World Heavy. Okay, hold on. You know I don't want the fucking Universal. Okay, history of the WWE title. I said title wave.
Damn, bro.
No, I said it's trying to give me the history of the WWE, bro.
Well, that's Graham Cawthon's website, bro, with all the results.
When we saw the house show, remember? Were we doing this in a private call, or were we on a show where we went through like all the feuds that they were like Hogan had in the '80s of all the house shows? because they were not actual pay-per-view ones.
No, I think we talked about that a few different times on a few different shows. Because that website is very useful for finding stuff.
The history of the WWE title. Fuck. Sending me right to the same fucking place. Anyways. Hold on.
I'm ready to start, bro.
Do you know who was the lightest champion?
The lightest, as in weight-wise? What is it? Was it Ray? I don't know.
You got it right, bro.
I mean, fuck. It sure as shit wasn't fucking Andre.
All right,
or Rodney Anoa'i. Okay, we're starting?
Yes. Now, I'm gonna give you a clue. 1963.
No, I don't need. I know the first one, bro.
Though Brian Kendrick was never the world champion, brother. They're trying to be funny now.
Okay, all right. Nature Boy Buddy Rogers was the first champion.
Right.
And then Bruno Sammartino beat him in a match where Bruno claims that he told him, either you go down or I put you down.
That's right, Alpha, bro.
Yeah.
And then Buddy had a heart attack like a week later.
That's, allegedly. Or during, shit, if you ask Bruno.
Wait, what? I fucked up.
And then Bruno had it for like 8 years or some shit. Then he dropped it to Ivan Koloff the night.
Was the Ivan Koloff the one that, according to lore,
the garden was silent, bro? It was like when Take got pinned at Mania 30.
We saw like it's going into mythological proportions, but we were there, and that is the truth. And we saw grown men crying too.
That's right, bro. I saw it. Everybody was shocked. So Koloff beats Bruno.
Yes.
And then I think, doesn't Pete Morales, doesn't he get it?
At the club, bro. You forgot to say at the club.
Yeah, the 23,000 seat club, yeah.
I know we're gonna have a good time with this one, bro.
All right,
because we got some doozies coming.
What do you mean doozies, bro?
Pete Morales.
What does that even mean? So yeah.
Here's the deal. Do you respect Pete Morales? Because he's kind of like, there's a duality. He was Alpha, but he was Puerto Rican. Which one?
He's Puerto Rican, bro. Yeah, but he's one of the good ones, bro. All right. So then Pete Morales got beat by Stan the Man Stasiak, who was the first transitional champion in WWF history.
What was the name of his son, bro?
Sean Stasiak, bro. Perfect Sean, aka Meat. Meat.
That wasn't his son.
Yeah, it was. Stan Stasiak was his son. Sean Stasiak. Or Sean Stasiak was Stan Stasiak. Meat, bro. Meat. Perfect Sean.
You're right, bro. Remember, bro, Sean Stasiak got fired because he used to record the boys, bro, without their consent.
That's right. There's probably some doozies there, bro. He's probably got some real good shit, bro.
That was real fucking GDTV.
Can you imagine if some stuff he has from Percy, bro, during those days?
Tom Green TV right there, bro. That's what that was.
That's right, GTV. All right, so where'd I leave off? Stan Stasiak, right? Did he not drop it back to Bruno?
Yes, he did, bro.
And then Bruno had it another fucking 50 years, bro.
And then headlining clubs, bro, all over the country.
All over the country, bro, and especially the Garden.
Or
and
maybe
then,
just the Garden. Because he didn't really go all over the country. They were not national yet.
No, he went to a few territories, but
he went to Pittsburgh. I'll tell you what territories he went to, bro. He went to Baltimore, Pittsburgh, Philadelphia, Boston, New York, and then he had the small
Toronto. Don't forget there was Toronto also with the Tunnies. That's right. Not Montreal with the Rougeaus, though.
Nah, bro, they'll kill him. They'll shoot him in the face.
Right. No, that's Dino Bravo, bro. Okay, so
an Alpha's the next one, bro.
Superstar Billy Graham.
That's right. How many times did he die, bro? Who died more, him or Joey Pants?
He had a lot of near falls, bro.
Maybe he had the.
Listen, all I know is when I talked to Joey Pants at the convention, he might be on his last life, bro. Because he didn't look good. He didn't look good. And there was Sting. He didn't look too good. All right, so then Billy Graham dropped it to Mr. Bob Backlund.
The guy that said he couldn't read till he was 35, which I don't believe.
Bob Backlund?
Yeah. Now, this one might get you, bro. This next one might... I'm not going to penalize you because it's like a retcon.
Didn't Inoki beat him in some fucking, like...
Yes, he did, bro. You got it.
Some fucking, like... Inoki beat him in some, like phantom title change or something.
Remember, I had to talk about Bob Howard and Jeff Jarrett doing a phantom change on the Superstars. So you got to bring this shit up on your end.
That's right, but I don't know if I remember all of them, but I know that one.
Antonio Inoki did beat him, bro.
And then did Bobby Backlund get it back from him, or did he just get it back and they just didn't count it? That I don't remember. I know Bob Backlund got it back though.
Yeah, he just got it back, bro.
He didn't beat him. Okay, so
Inoki's not even gonna put this guy over. Bro.
It wasn't like when Harley fucking dropped it to Baba-san. Okay, so now we're at Bob Backlund.
What would Race and Big Kev call Bob Backlund, bro? Opie? No.
Well, back.
Remember, bro.
They worked at WrestleMania 9.
Remember, bro. These two guys had their nicknames to their face and their nicknames away from their face. So
Opie, I think makes sense.
Yeah.
Not Opie and Anthony.
You had this guy who couldn't work a lick. I know that Racer didn't like working with him because he thought he couldn't work, and they had to bring in Big Murdoch for that house show run to kind of get heat because Bob just couldn't get heat. He couldn't work when he was a babyface. I mean.
Yeah, 93.
All right, so then Bobby, this is where it's gonna get interesting. This is where you should.
So Bobby Backlund drops the title to the Iron Sheik in December of '84 in the Garden. Yep, because Arnie Skolin throws the towel in,
and he would get revenge. He would get revenge about
11 years later, he got his comeuppance. So then, a month later, Terry Jean Bollea defeats the Iron Sheik.
Was he working the docks and then Sly Stallone told him to go work for Vinny, bro? Convinced him?
I don't think that's how it happened, bro. But maybe he said it.
Oh no, he was playing bass for Metallica.
That's right. That's right. He was, and he was playing bass in Stand Back. Stand Back.
He's lucky he wasn't in that bus when they flipped and it crushed Cliff Burton's head.
That's right, bro. I heard everyone screaming except Cliff.
You always bring that same documentary.
No, yeah. We sell out that's your favorite line. Every building, every night we play in, bro. Why do you like that line so much? It is pretty alpha.
Because first of all, I was young when I saw that. I would have been like 22, 23 when that fucking documentary.
It was like late 90s, right? Late 90s.
It was a famous TV show, Behind the Music.
Behind the Music, yeah.
Yeah, they had a lot of great episodes, bro. I want to track a lot of those down.
Yeah, they called us Alcoholica. I learned a lot from that shit, bro.
Bro, no, but that was when they cut their hair and they called them sellouts. And then
That's
Jason Houston is like, yeah, we sold out.
Yeah. That's right.
Tell me that.
No, that's the greatest thing of the whole documentary. Yeah, we sell out every building,
bro, you need
in
to
every
use that
arena,
on your haters, bro.
Every night we play.
You need to use that line on your haters.
I have, bro. Trust me. It's not as good as your line, bro. Let's share bank accounts. That's still my favorite.
that was horrible, bro.
Yeah, it was
I went
great.
into my midbrain on that one.
Okay.
All right, so
okay.
So then Hogan.
So Terry Jean had it for a while, and then he dropped it to Andre the French Giant on the Friday.
Tell the people why though. What happened?
The Friday night main event because Earl Dave.
Baby Earl, bro.
He got makeup. He got makeup to look like his brother.
Remember, Race called him
and
Baby
screwed
Earl.
him. Yeah, and he put the Baby Earl. Yeah, he put put the shoulder up, and then Andre the French Giant hands it to DiBiase, who works the house shows that weekend as champion, even though it doesn't count. The title gets vacated, so vacant because the champion for the first time. And then Randy, the son of the miser Poffo, defeats DiBiase in the WrestleMania 4's main event to become the WWF undisputed world champion after Robin Leach fucking comes out with the belt, bro, and Trump is looking at it and shit at the Trump Plaza.
Remember Robin Leach came down and he's going sideways? He's
weird, like holding it like this and shit so the marks don't take it, bro. So Randy Poffo had it for a year until Terry Jean got it back at WrestleMania 5. The Mega Powers
Which, by the
explode.
way, Dave says to get more mileage out of that feud, Macho should have won that. I agree with that.
I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that.
Come on.
No, I don't agree with that.
There was still mileage in Randy as the champion.
There might have been, but I think they still ran that show. They still did Randy and Hogan on the house shows anyways.
That's when Vinny had the saying of Hogan must post. That's what he always wanted.
Well, true. Okay. So then Hogan had it for a year. He survived Tiny Lister.
April Fools. Remember, he lost it in April Fools. That show told us everything.
The Anabolic Warrior got it. It's a work, Jim. And then the Anabolic Warrior drops it to Bob Slaughter at the Royal Rumble when he gets hit with the scepter.
To fuck Cherry, this wouldn't have been happening.
That's right. He would have got it. Well, no, he would have dropped it to Randy probably. She would have fucked. She would have given him like an STD or something. He would have lost to Randy. So then,
bro, even when I was a little kid back in 1991, I was 10 years old. Even then, I was laughing at him because he was acting like a virgin, bro. When Sherry kissed him, and he was acting like that was his first ever kiss. And he gets his lips and he does this gimmick. Bro, are you telling me that if Paint List ever kisses you, you're gonna do that, bro?
I'm not. Actually, you know what? I would. Because if I did that, that would kill her confidence.
Bro, all right, she doesn't look her eyes don't look as weird as they usually look. Lately, she's been a brunette. Have you seen those pictures, bro?
She does Broadway and shit, bro.
Let's just say that I've got.
Wait a minute, are you coming around? Wait a minute. No, stop the presses. Are you finally coming around to the heterosexual side?
I want to go an hour Broadway with her, that's what you're saying, bro.
Finally, he understands, bro. Listen.
No, but not as a blonde. Listen, I don't want her as a blonde.
Finally, you understand, bro.
All right, so
you'll come around eventually.
All right, so then after the Immortal Slime. No, wait.
The Immortal Slime defeats Bob Slaughter at WrestleMania 7 at the LA Sports Coliseum across the street from the Memorial Coliseum because Bob Slaughter was going to get sniped.
Well, that's no longer there anymore.
Not right. And then and then he holds the title until Mean Mark Calloway, the AAA booker, beats him at Survivor Series 91 with the help of Ric Flair.
The greatest challenge, you mean?
That's right, bro. And Hogan told Taker that he heard him, even though he didn't when he saw the replay.
By the way, one thing when I was doing my rewatch for Garrett's show, when I saw the main event where he lost it to Andre, Hogan cries, bro. Like they make a big deal of him losing the belt. He's literally crying like a female. He's crying like a female, bro. And
but he's not crying like Lord Al Hayes did in the Coliseum video.
No, he's sobbing though. He's like they stole it from me. They stole it. But I'm saying I'm not making fun of him. I think that's good storytelling because it shows you how important the belt is, and he's showing humanity. I just didn't remember that until my revisit, and then it was like, what? That was weird to see that, but it happened. Anyway, so the Immortal Slime. No, you skipped Tuesday in Texas, bro.
No, I was just gonna get there, bro.
Oh, shit.
Yes, Tuesday in Texas. Hogan got it back, but it was a controversial finish because of the powder of the eyes or whatever the fuck. And Jack Tunney.
It was the urn, bro.
That's right, yeah. And then he vacates the title. Once again, Vacant gets it back. And then in the 92 Royal Rumble, the greatest Rumble of all time.
I don't know who won that one. Remind me.
The 60-minute man, bro. The 60-minute man.
What do you think of this WWE theme song, bro? I love it.
I like it too. And then he drops it to Randy the Miser Poffo at WrestleMania.
Yeah, second reign.
And then he drops
No, but remember, that was the angle. I was first or whatever.
The angle was she was mine before she was yours.
Yeah, he was fucking Liz. And he was using AI before AI was cool, bro.
This guy said, whatever happened to the mark whose camera exploded to Hogan's face? That's Harvey Whippleman, bro. He went back to Japan.
But we're not there yet, bro.
Yeah, we're not there yet.
Ahead of ourselves.
Yeah, we're a year ahead of us.
Yeah, Junior RDC, you're right. He was crying like Stuntman Mike. That's a great scene, by the way.
So what happened was, Randy Savage drops it to Flair on the first taping after SummerSlam 92.
That's the one where Vinny goes out and says this match fucking sucks, do it over again.
That's right. And then Flair drops to Brett. I think it was in like Saskatoon.
Come on, we're not gonna forget that name, bro. It was
at a house show, show taping. Bro. And then Brett has it all the way till WrestleMania where Rodney Owing gets
but Brett changed the business because Brett was defending it on Superstars and shit against Virgin.
Yeah, against mid-carders, because he wanted to be a fighting champion.
Like Darby Allin just did.
Yeah. And then Brett drops it to Yokozuna. Yokozuna drops to Hogan right after. Then Hogan goes to Japan and says that the belt's a trinket. He said the belt is an ornament compared to the IWGP title. Yes. And then he drops it to Yoko Tuna at the King of the Ring because
he doesn't want to drop it to Brett at SummerSlam.
That's the story, allegedly. And
Coming from Brett, so you're right. It is allegedly.
and the camera exploded, and
Dr. Harvey Whippleman.
that's right, that happened. And then Yoko Tuna holds it all the way till WrestleMania when Brett gets it back in the
Why
main
didn't they
event.
hire Ed Leslie for that spot, bro? He could turn heel a year earlier.
So you're saying he butchered a friendship ahead of time?
Yeah, with the camera. But then we would have never gotten the block because they both bolted from the territory.
Does that mean that Luger would have been the lineal champion?
Dun,
I don't know.
Dun, dun, dun. From where?
From
What
when
do you
he when he beat Yoko Tuna, because doesn't the lineal title change hands on countouts too?
Yes, it does, bro. Dun, 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 dun.
That's right, bro. Pac was the ring
It has
announcer.
arrived in Detroit, Michigan, the home of SummerSlam. Dun, 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 dun.
Robbie and Scotty would come in, and the boys would come in, and they'd be out of there. Hey, what they do? Would you tell them no Frankenstein's on my good china? And the mom goes, "Whatever you want, Todd. Whatever
That's
you
right.
want."
Top pedophile was always something else.
All right, so
we're in Bret Hart, March 1994. You said it.
yes, this is a
Wait,
very memorable
that was a
run.
horrible finish, bro. Yoko Tuna just trips on the rope and he gets pinned.
I love that finish. I love it. I disagree. I love that finish because the way he
We
went
love
back.
everything about 94, bro. There's nothing
When
you
he
don't
went
like about
back, bro, the way he hit his head, he sold it very well. That fucking show gets me emotional, bro. I have a
No,
lot of
let
memories.
me tell you the deep writing of that. That show had better writing than Disclosure Day, bro. Look,
Roddy Toombs, because Roddy Toombs is the referee, and they have heat for WrestleMania 8.
The thing is that Jim Cornette and Lex Luger got together and they both agreed on the referees, but because we're supposed to think Lex Luger was so ignorant to the fact that they were still holding grudges.
Yeah, even though Mr. Perfect was a babyface from the previous year, but Luger did knock him out with the.
That's right, and Luger forgot about that. That's it. But also with Piper, because Piper and Brett had the match
WrestleMania 8.
WrestleMania 8, and one of them.
But Piper had moved on by that point.
One of them was touched by the Lord and had learned to forgive. The other one was touched by the devil and held on to the hate.
Because there's only one perfect man, bro, and that's the Lord Jesus, not Kurt Hennig, bro.
Really?
That's the story. No, that's the
story. Did he throw his own football and catch it?
Yes. I'm surprised they didn't have Kurt Hennig walking on water in one of these fucking.
You should have you should have said yes because he invented the game. That's what you should.
Like when Sniper Man asked Lou, "You walking on water, bro?" On Super Friends episode 1, bro, episode uno, he said that.
That's a deep cut, bro. Okay,
Yeah.
so Bret Hart beats it.
So Mr. Bob Backlund beats
one of the
Bret.
worst matches in the history of professional wrestling, bro.
But the finish was pretty brilliant. I actually love that finish, but the match sucked.
Oh wait, no, that was Owen. Oh, the Owen show. He's crying.
Right, and the mom gets all emotional.
The
and
mom's
goes
a
in the
dumbass,
towel.
bro.
Yeah. All right. So then,
and then Davey Boy knocks himself out for 25 minutes.
That's right. 3 days later at the Garden, Big Kev wins the title in 8 seconds, and then he gets his balls cut off in Titan Tower, according to him, to sing Christmas carols. Holds the belt for a year until Survivor Series 95.
So who are some of the guys that he goes through in that year? Sid?
He went through
Davey?
Sid twice, Davey twice
Mabel?
also. Yeah, you're naming him before me. Sean.
That's right.
King Kong Bundy, I think he went through him like on
Come
TV.
on, bro. That's a television job.
Brett, he went through Brett at the Rumble 95
I'm sure
in
he
Tampa.
went through Bob Backlund again at house shows.
Probably, yeah. I'm sure he did. Okay, and then Brett beats Diesel for the title at Survivor Series 95.
Great match, by the way. That's a very underrated.
Yeah, first table spot in the history of WWE that actually had somebody going through a table, which was the night after November to Remember, which did it first.
So that wasn't Harley Race jumping off of.
Well, the thing, he didn't go through the table. Brett went through the table. That was the difference. And it was the announce table.
Okay,
So then Brett drops it to Shawn Michaels in the Iron Man match at WrestleMania.
And the boyhood dream. Get it right.
After Shawn dropped the fucking camera guy in the coolest spot of the match.
No, after Brett called him a Mexican jumping bean, bro, which he could never do that today.
That's true. All right.
Now, I've never liked that match because Shawn cheated. Because Shawn got the ability to go. If this is real, right? This is real. Shawn was training for this fight for months since the Royal Rumble. He wasn't booked. He wrestled one match against Owen at In Your House.
The February pay-per-view.
But that was it. He was training the whole time. Whereas Brett was wrestling the entire. Because Brett was still wrestling on Raw a couple weeks before that match. So he was cheating, bro.
Then Sean holds it until Survivor Series 1996 in the Garden, when the crowd turns on Sean and Sid gets the belt after he hits Jose
Lothario
with a camera a night after November to Remember, when fucking somebody used the camera.
I don't know why
that show.
just randomly put Todd as God here, bro.
Because we were talking about Todd Pettingill earlier. Remember with Mrs. Steiner? No Frankensteiners on my good china, or whatever he said. All right, so then Sid, this is where it gets fucking weird. So Sid drops it back to Sean in the Alamo Dome in San Antone.
And Sean had the flu, remember?
No, he lost his smile. Oh, no, that's right. He had the flu that day. Then he lost his smile and he vacates. So this is Vacant's third title reign right now. So Vacant's got 3 title reigns. Then they settle it in the Final 4 pay-per-view, even though they weren't really the Final 4. They forgot about another guy. So Brett wins that. Then the next night on Raw, Austin fucks Brett out of the title. Sid gets it back. Sid drops it to Taker.
Is that the I don't know shit spot?
That's later. That was the go-home show. That was the go-home show.
I don't know shit.
I don't know shit. Yeah, right on TV.
Right,
this is bullshit.
You're still on a roll here. Cycle Sid February. Okay, go ahead.
Yes, and then Sid loses it to Taker in '97,
which is not where he shits himself. That was contrary to popular belief. That was actually a house show match.
Right, and then SummerSlam Heart and Soul.
I love that.
Brett takes it back thanks to Sean chewing his gum.
It was a loogie or a gum.
The fans of the World Wrestling Federation are putting this on my lap. So there's that.
Bro, remember they had that contest with the hearse, not the hearse, the casket where you could
That's
open
right.
it.
And wasn't that Todd's last pay-per-view appearance?
That was it. And then Mitchell Cole would join in about a month later, and his story was made. He's still there.
Yeah, he's still there.
All right.
So then, of course...
Gee, I wonder what's next.
I wonder what's next, bro. So the Montreal Screwjob, which we're never going to talk about again, happens, and Sean gets the belt back because as Rick Rude said, Vince McMahon takes the title away from Brett, gives it to Sean. Remember, though, Earl swore on his kids. So
that's right. Baby Earl.
Baby Earl. Then what happens? Not Baby Oil. Don't get excited, Diddy.
I have a feeling you're about to fucking fuck up right now in a little bit.
Well, we're getting some convoluted shit. So Sean has it until WrestleMania when Austin gets it. The Austin era has begun.
And the death of the Winged Eagle.
Yeah, because then it gets replaced with the bigger one. Then Austin drops it to Kane at King of the Ring in the First Blood match.
King, that's right, bro.
Wins it back the next night. Got a big rate for it's a ratings fucking ploy.
They used to do that a lot during the Russo era.
Yeah, and then Austin holds on to it for the rest of the summer and it got confusing here. So there was a triple threat match with Kane and Take. Kane and Take double pin Austin. Vince takes the belt. You don't have it anymore. It's mine. And that was the Smoking Skull belt.
Yeah, and that's good. That's good storyline because the heels have to get. If you're gonna elongate this feud, Vince has to win once in a while. So I'm glad.
Right. And then what happens is the next month they do Taker and Kane for the vacant title. No, we're not there yet. And then Austin knocks them both out to no contest. I did not like that finish. And then that's when the Deadly Games tournament happens. And then Dwayne is revealed as the secret prospect of the corporation, defeats Mankind in the final, and gets the WWF Championship.
What did you think of Dwayne Gill? What did you think of Dwayne Gill? Because that was built up as a big surprise.
He's the fucking coach of the Pasadena Chargers, bro. How could you, legend, bro.
Think about that.
He's seen the canvas more times than Rembrandt. Remember that joke they would play over and over again?
You worry me sometimes.
Why?
Because that's
JR, the JR Classic. Whipping him like a government mule. He's colder than a mother-in-law's kiss. He's got some good lines, bro.
I thought that was Skim Jean, but okay.
No, that was JR too. Okay, so him too. Okay, they're all carnies. Okay, now it's gonna get difficult. January 4th.
I'm reading it and it's difficult. So
January 4th, Mick defeats Rock. Even though here's the big joke, that was taped. I think December 28th or something like that.
Oh, so wait a minute. So you skipped the December 29th in Worcester.
That's January 4th.
Oh, okay.
I just said that it was taped December 28th or something like
that. Where he runs with the belt. Right?
Yeah, when Austin comes out and does the big pop, the huge pop, yeah. And then Mick has it until the Rumble when Rock gets it back after.
I quit.
Yeah, that's it. When he bashed
and Louis got traumatized from seeing their daddy get
and Noel and that, don't forget, that's also when Mick's brain was so fucked up he wants to come back and wrestle for AEW now, according to what he said.
Against MJF.
Against Mox. That's the other one.
I hope not.
Yeah, I know, right? All right, so
yeah, Rumble Royal, he wins.
Now it gets hard. Okay, so Rock is champion.
Yes.
And then he drops it back to Mick at halftime heat.
Yes.
All right, when he puts the crate on him, even though somehow the camera was first person where Rock was at. Wrestling's fake, folks. All right, and then if I remember right, I think, doesn't Rock get it back in a... No. This is the part where I'm going to fuck up. But I think at St. Valentine's Day Massacre, I think it was a fuck finish. And then the next night on Raw is when Dwayne gets the belt from Mick.
No.
Or is it Dwayne gets it at St. Valentine's? Then
you're right. Rock gets it at Raw.
The night after St. Valentine's Day Massacre.
Right.
Now I knew it, bro. Okay, so I'm almost out of the water. No, now it gets more convoluted.
So you're saying that if you could finagle your way out of this jam, you're gonna do okay in the 2001.
No, that's wrong. No, I'm gonna suck real bad, but I'm doing the best I can, bro. This is hard. Okay, this is proof that I have ND. And by the way, if you can see me on camera, I'm not looking this up, bro.
I believe you, bro.
So I am, of course, Danny the Mind Geekdom. It certainly ain't the body, even though
I like how you have to be careful when you say shit.
I don't have to be careful with anything.
Well, no, because you can maybe say your shoot name, but you have to be careful.
Oh no, that is my shoot name. I legally changed my name to Danny
Warrior.
I wanted to do Warrior, yeah. Okay, so Austin gets it back at WrestleMania.
Yes.
He drops it to Undertaker at the Over the Edge.
Is that the Raging Climax?
That is the Raging Climax, yeah. He drops it to Undertaker at Over the Edge 98, the night where 99, where Owen Hart died.
Where Russo killed Roddy Piper's cousin, you mean?
That's right, my baby cousin Owen. Okay, then Austin gets it back from Taker the night after the King of the Ring.
Damn, bro. Yes, you're right.
Because before Austin gave up power from being the president, he booked himself in a title match for the next night.
This is so stupid. I hate this fucking era with all my heart.
It's goofy. All right, and then
because we never found out who lowered the briefcase.
Yeah, we did. It was Boss Man, wasn't it?
Yeah, but it was weak writing, bro.
All right, and then it should have been Jake Roberts.
You know what they should have done, bro? They should have introduced a little gadget that glows, and every time you have a problem, you just pick it up like that, and it solves your problem.
Can you also use that to mentally telepathically talk to somebody else?
Yes. Or when you have to be invisible.
That's right.
Or when you need the power back on.
That's right. Okay. So let me think for a minute.
Mini man.
So Austin gets it back. Then he drops it to Mick at SummerSlam in the triple threat. Then the night after, Triple H gets it from Mick.
Do you remember the drama around that, bro? According to Uncle
yeah,
Dave,
because he wouldn't do the job. I think that's true, though. I don't think
Austin,
that wasn't. Austin didn't want to lose to Paul.
Triple H, yes.
Right. No, I think that was true.
It was true.
Yeah, because I remember. Okay, in '99, here comes a Danny a high school story. I remember in May, and I was not reading the Observer, but in May it had leaked to the internet that Triple H is going to get the belt by the end of the summer, and there you go. But he was supposed to win there.
Okay, because remember, bro, you forget that they also had China as a possible contender.
Yes, no, I don't forget that. And then they switched it back.
Beat Paul, the Nose Levesque.
That was at the Chicago Raw that we did that one time. That Jericho debuted. I think it was that show, right? August 9th? Okay.
Damn, bro, you scare me, bro.
Okay.
All right, so yeah, we're at SummerSlam.
Okay, then we're at SummerSlam.
Night
after Paul gets it. Then we have my favorite Russo run ever, those 5 weeks, bro. Those 5 weeks are awesome.
No, they're not.
They are awesome. And then Jeff Jarrett's
my first
Jeff
Russo
Jarrett's
run
beating
was,
up.
I'm gonna tell you my first Russo run real quick. April of '98 to summer of '98.
I thought you told me. No, we talked about this. You said that after King of the Ring, it kind of sucks, and it does. It's kind of ass
Yeah, that's
after
why I
King
said
of the
summer
Ring.
'98, kind of. Yeah.
Yeah, but you said SummerSlam '98, didn't you?
Yeah.
That's more like
you
spring.
know what? I agree with you. April.
That's
to
more
June.
like it
April
got
to-
no, but for me it's SummerSlam to No Mercy. I love that Russo. All right, so anyways,
Okay. keep
then
going.
things get weird. Austin gets hit by a car at Survivor Series, and then Big Show takes his place in a triple threat match. Becomes
Wait, you skipped the you already fucked up.
No, I didn't. Where did I skip it? I literally left off with Triple H beating Mick. That's it. Then Big Show wins the triple
Yeah,
threat
but
match.
you forgot that Vinny got a title run here too.
Oh, you know what? You're right. Vinny got it on Smack. Okay, let me go back. Give me some grace on that one.
Got a machine
Vinny-
too strong.
Vinny got it on SmackDown because Austin helped him, and then on Raw he vacated it and said that the winner of the six-pack challenge would get it. Triple H wins the six-pack challenge, and then my favorite thing is he holds the belt up in front of Austin, and Austin stuns him, and JR goes, "Big mistake, champ! Big mistake, champ!" That was a great fucking show, bro. The crowd was really into that. So was I.
Bro, there's another guy called I Love Darby who's now saying he's the best AEW champion.
Yeah, I
Where
don't
do you
want to.
find these people?
It's just people are bored, bro. This is basically the Rican Arab doing thug, you know.
So Cody is the man and I Love Darby could be the exact same person, right?
They probably are. Look at the freaking name, 6969. I'll bet money they're the same person, bro.
That's weird. Bro.
I can't wait for I Love John Morrison, bro. That's coming. You know it's coming, bro. Anyways, listen. It's okay.
Yeah,
so,
you're good. You haven't really fucked up yet.
So Big Show holds it until I believe the first Raw of 2000. Triple H beats him for it there.
Yeah, it's not the one you went to 10 years later that you don't shut up about, but it's close enough.
So, and then
That's where he kicks him in the balls, right?
something like that. And
Yeah, he kicks him
then
in the balls and he pins him.
yeah. And then Triple H holds it until Backlash. Dwayne beats him for it there.
Remember, Triple H was the first heel for winning in the main event.
Yes, he was.
In the history of the business.
He was also the first guy to be in a racism storyline and still beat the fucking underdog. So that's a different year, though.
Well, that was
okay.
a couple times. He did that with Benjamin and Booker.
Okay. Then Triple H gets it back at Judgment Day in the Iron Man match.
This is where Take found Kellogg's and killed it about 10 times over.
Yeah, where he wore blue and Kid Rock fucking, who was not at that fucking White House card, surprisingly enough. He's friends with those guys, bro. Okay, so Triple H gets it back, and then I believe, this is now, I might fuck this up. I think they did a 6-man at King of the Ring, and the gimmick was that if Rock gets the pinfall, he gets the title back, and I think he did that. He pinned Vinny. Is that right?
Yes.
Something like that.
Well,
So
this
that's
is wacky. There's also a Blake. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's the
Blake
same
Mom-
guy, bro. It's the same guy.
Weird, bro.
No, but I do agree though. She is my my type is a woman that's hot, bro, with a pussy. All right. Anyways.
Wait a minute. That's so vague, bro. Like you're not even going out on a limb.
No, that's okay, bro.
I think Willow's hot, so you would fuck Willow.
No, I don't know about that. All right.
See what I mean?
I don't really fuck sloppy girls anymore. That was me in a
She's
past
not
life.
sloppy, bro.
That was me in a
She's
past
curvy.
life. That was me in a past life.
Dwayne at King of the Ring. Keep on going.
Dwayne, and then he drops it to Kurt Angle at No Mercy.
Kirk Angel, yeah.
He drops it back to Dwayne at the February show, No Way Out, not of Texas.
That's a great show, by the way.
Yeah, and then he drops it to Austin at WrestleMania. And then Austin held it for most of the year and dropped it to Kurt, I believe, at the September pay-per-view, which is the Unforgiven with the 3 faces.
That's right, bro.
And then Austin got it back on Raw because William Regal turned heel and helped him get the title back.
Yes. This is Senator Kresge now.
Yeah. Well, this is now it's the stupid
The
see,
Rock's
look,
personal
see,
writer.
look, bro, look, the guy just makes new accounts over and over again. That's okay, though. We love you. Well, now we're going into Stephanie era. Okay, so, like, as head of creative. So
Which means
then
we're going into Triple H era.
yeah, well, okay, so Austin then dropped it at Vengeance to Jericho, who unified the titles. And
Yeah, remember, he was a jobber throughout that whole build up to that tournament, and then he wins.
And
So
then
he's got
he
no
won.
credibility to start.
Right. No, Dave Laganis is 2004, bro. Okay, so then now it gets complicated because the belt gets merged, right? And then Triple H beats him at WrestleMania 18
Where he's wearing the Doing the Clown trunks.
in Toronto. Then Hogan beats Triple H at Backlash.
He only had a 1 month reign, bro.
The Babe Ruth run, yeah. And then Hogan drops it to Taker at Judgment Day.
Because of a TV episode where the ratings tanked when Hogan came on.
And I think this is where this part. Okay.
By the way, for the record, folks, this is the Take is the first ever World Wrestling Entertainment Heavyweight Champion of the world.
That's right. That's correct. Okay, but this is now getting hard for me because I don't remember if The Rock got it back at the King of the Ring or at Vengeance. I think it was at the King of the Ring. I think.
Yeah, CP Houston is right. Triple K. I forgot about that.
I think Triple H got it back. No, I'm sorry. I think Rock got it back at the King of the Ring, and then he dropped it to Brock at SummerSlam.
No, it was Vengeance.
It was Vengeance. Okay, I was one of those two.
That's one of your favorite shows, bro. We covered it.
No, Vengeance 03 is the one that I like. That's Vengeance 02. That show's okay, but it ain't that great.
Yeah, Brock at SummerSlam, bro, where Paul Heyman eats a table for the first time.
Right. Brock at SummerSlam. And then Brock dropped it to Big Show.
Which it should have been. Hogan thought it was going to be him, but it was Show.
At Survivor Series. Then I think Kurt Angle beat the Big Show in December at Armageddon, right?
Yes, which was stupid because that's when they started doing the Paul Heyman heel turns for no reason. Because Paul Heyman turns on the Big Show.
Right,
and they never really got out of that, bro. They never really gave a real explanation.
But the Big Show stayed heel and was still managed by Paul Heyman. That's where it got stupid. So Angle dropped it to Brock at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Now we're in 03.
Where he almost died in the ring.
Brock holds on to it until Vengeance 03. This is the show I like where Kurt gets it back. Yeah.
Yes.
And then he holds it until Brock beats him, I think, in the Iron Man match on SmackDown.
That's
Wait.
Right.
Oh, it is? That is? Okay. All right. So Brock's champion again. Then he drops it to Eddie Guerrero at No Way Out.
Eduardo Guerrero, that's right.
All right. Eduardo Gori Guerrero. And
where what's his name buys a ticket? Gold Turd.
That's right. No, Austin gives him a ticket. Here's a ticket. Right. And then he tells him.
Bro.
Then he tells him, don't do anything I wouldn't do. Remember that was the line. Remember
that was a good match, by the way, with Eddie.
Well, remember the build up to that was funny because they were referencing trading places, bro. Where Christian Vitamin C bet $1 Canadian.
That's right. I love that. That's one of my favorite angles ever in wrestling.
It was hilarious. All right, so Eddie drops it.
So Eddie bombs as a champion. Let's be real about it. And then what happened?
He felt like he did. I don't think he bombed as much as he thought he did. And then he dropped it to JBL at the Great American Bash. And I remember
it was weird at the time because
very weird.
But it was like a 2-week gimmick turnover. Like for people that are watching live, like me and you, this is a guy that was part of the APA like a month before this. And all of a sudden,
it was a rocket push because they lost Austin, Brock, Undertaker, and Kurt within like weeks of each other,
they lost
days of each
pretty
other.
Much.
Right. And they didn't have enough guys. That was a very bad time. And then JBL gets it for a very long title reign until he loses to John Cena at WrestleMania 21.
Not a very good match at all.
When WrestleMania went Hollywood for the first time. And
with the awesome vignettes, bro, Pulp Fiction.
Eddie Guerrero in Pulp Fiction, right. Dirty Harry
would take.
You talking to me?
When Harry met Sally with Kurt
Angle and Christy
I won't mention
Hemme.
that Paul was fucking.
Christy Hemme. Yeah, I wish I would have been. So, okay. I met her, bro. She's very attractive in real life.
Even to
So,
this day?
well, I met her during TNA, bro. So of course.
That was years ago.
That was dude. That was 2006. That was 20 years ago.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was like, to this day, I mean,
Man, that was 20 years ago. All right,
you were dialed in at that time.
I was, bro. I was also fat, fatter. All right, and then
What? You're so fat phobic, bro.
I am. So Cena, let me think for a minute. Cena held it from all the way till Edge.
I like how the ending part of you, like you're fixated on this now because I try to change the subject and you're fixed. I like that though. Keep on going.
No. I have to because I'm almost done, bro.
What do you mean?
Edge.
You got 20 years to go.
No. I'm okay. I'm doing the best I can. This show's going long. I didn't want it to, but that's fine. Okay.
We got one more subject. We got Taboo Tuesday after this, and we're done.
Right.
All right, so go for it.
Edge cashes in on Cena, gets the title at New Year's Revolution 2006.
Yes.
Cena gets it back at the Rumble when he came out in a spaceship.
Which was very controversial because Edge got over.
I still hate that finish. Cena then holds it.
The Cena win or the Edge win?
No, the Cena win. The Edge win was awesome.
But they wanted the internet wrestling community wanted Edge to take it to WrestleMania.
Right, but Triple H wanted to wrestle Cena, so they kept it for him. Yeah, he was still Triple K. He was Hunter.
I forgot.
This was Hunter to the max, though, because this was really... Remember, they changed the rules of wrestling for him. They did a double count-out in a tournament, which means that the other guy gets a bye, but instead they made it a three-way. They changed the rules of wrestling. They changed for Hunter. All right, so...
This is when he came out from a spaceship, yeah.
That was Royal Rumble. So Cena held it all the way until One Night Stand when RVD beat him. And then RVD dropped it.
What's your name, Sabu? That's what you're talking about?
Sabu. That was around that time, yeah. RVD dropped it to... Okay, this is where it gets tricky.
I don't blame you.
He dropped it to Edge.
Yes.
It was on TV, right? It wasn't on a pay-per-view.
July 3rd, 2006, Monday Night Raw.
Okay.
Because they took it off him as soon as My Name is Sabu happened.
Right.
Literally as soon as it happened.
Yes. And then Edge held it all the way until the Toronto Unforgiven, was it? Where the TLC, where Cena beat him?
Yes, and then you might fuck this one up.
We're in September of 06. Cena got the belt, right?
Yeah, bro. And this status is crazy to me.
Status?
No, the stat that I'm looking at. I didn't know this.
Let me think for a minute here, because now it is getting hard.
Bro, once you give me your answer, I'm gonna tell you the stat that really trips me out right here.
Hold on. I have to think for a minute. Okay, Cena beat Edge for the title. And then he went through Mania with when he beat Shawn Michael Hickenbottom. And then this was the long Cena reign.
Yes, that's what tripped me out.
This was a very long title reign. Didn't he drop it because he got a torn pectoral muscle or some shit like that? It was some muscle tear, right? And then they said he was going to miss Mania, but he came back for the Rumble. That's that time period, right? So Randy got the title. Randy Orton.
Yes. He beat you, manga.
Yes, he did. Okay, Randy got the title. And then Randy... See, this is hard. Triple H beat Randy Orton for the title. The problem is, and this is probably where I ended up taking the L, bro, because I remember it happening, but I don't remember exactly when. Triple H did beat Randy Orton for it. I think it was in like June in like a last man standing match or some shit like that.
No, yeah, you're at the end of the road. No, first of all, you missed a very important detail. No Mercy, the show itself had 2 title changes.
I don't think we've gotten there yet, though.
Yeah, we did. We're there already. Because that's where Randy Orton won the belt at No Mercy.
Oh, wait, no, hold on. Randy Orton, right. Randy Orton got the belt. Triple H beat him for it, and then Randy beat him at the end of the night to get it back.
No, you can't cheat, bro. You already fucked up.
Okay, I did, but am I right that did happen?
Yes, there was a lot of title changes that night.
Yeah, and then also Triple H wrestled Umaga.
You also fucked up the other one because you had skipped all that, and then you went to 2008, and then that's where you were saying you thought it happened at King of the Ring.
I did fuck up, yeah.
But actually, Triple H beat Randy Orton at Backlash 2008, so right after WrestleMania.
Was it Backlash 2008 that he beat him?
Bro, you didn't even get to Jeff Hardy.
No, that's coming up. No, Jeff Hardy at the end of the year.
Bro, but that's it. The game's over.
No, I know. I got. That's how I got. Hey, look.
No, you did better than I did last time.
I got pretty far, bro. I got all the way to 2008. I remember I was watching all this, bro, but I don't fucking remember that time
Adam
period.
won in November of 2008. Then Jeff Hardy beat him. Remember, it was all anticlimactic when Jeff Hardy won it in that triple threat.
He won it late because he was super over earlier in the
Armageddon.
year.
He won at Armageddon.
Yep, and then he dropped it right back like
Adam at the Royal Rumble.
Yeah. And then Adam dropped it to
Triple H.
Did he?
Yeah, at No Way Out. And then Randy
in the chamber, right? Wasn't that in the chamber?
Something like that. And then Randy Orton in 2000. This is all the same guys, bro, for like 2 years.
Randy Orton won it at Backlash, and then he dropped it to like Dave Bautista, right?
Is that where he had to go for surgery? Or no, that was after WrestleMania. No, that was way in 2005. We're already past it.
Yeah. And then didn't Batista beat Randy at like Extreme Rules or some shit?
So triple out on this. So for about 4 years, it's Triple H, Randy Orton, John Cena, and Edge. Interchanging the belt.
Right.
And then finally Sheamus won it randomly. But then it goes back
Sheamus won it at TLC.
But then it goes back to Batista, bro. John Cena, Sheamus, Randy Orton. How many... I forget how annoying Randy Orton got, bro. He was all over this company.
Did you forget that him and Cena wrestled forever 1,000,000 times?
Somehow the Miz gets a title run here in 2010.
Well, you remember that because he beat Cena at WrestleMania 27, that terrible show.
Bro, your boy Punk gets it in 2011.
Right. Well, everybody knows that. That won 5 stars in the Observer.
And then Ron Mysterio gets it.
No, Punk dropped it to Alberto Del Rio, and then Punk got it. Remember the Night of Champions, the show that broke you and I.
No, bro, you skipped a lot of... No, you skipped an entire Rey Mysterio John Cena run.
Yeah, but you said 2011. I was just recapping 2011. I wasn't going on with the list.
Look, Rey Mysterio defeats The Miz in a tournament because CM Punk walked out.
That's right, and then Cena beat Rey the same night.
Well, you know what's scary right now? I'm getting deja vu, and it's like just yesterday that I was watching that show. I remember.
Yeah, because Punk came out to Cult of Personality for the first time.
I think me and you were already talking at this point.
We were.
There's El Rodriguez.
Yeah, and then he lost to Cena, as I told you.
And then he won
Punk,
it again.
Yeah, and then Punk got it from him. And then Punk had that long-ass reign.
And then we're in 2013, one of your favorite Raws in January 3rd or whatever.
Yeah, but was there a title change on that show?
Bro, fucking Randy Orton, here we are 10 fucking years, and he's still popping up in with reigns.
Yeah. Remember, he beat Christian. He beat Christian in Orlando.
No, but that was for the Big Goldie.
Yeah, it was for the Big Goldie. You're right,
yeah.
But it's still a reign.
So we're not even looking at that. So when he's not fucking around with this one, he's over there fucking around with the other one.
He's a 14-time champion, bro. He's got 3 more to tie Cena.
Dean Ambrose just crept up right here.
Nah, I'm good with that. Let me get some water and then we'll
Jinder
do
Mahal, bro. Jinder Mahal.
For a second.
All right, chat. Send me some questions right now that he's gone. We got like 2 seconds. Me and Danny are old. That's how we know all these fucking title reigns. We are very old and very tired. Kofi Mania, Drew McIntyre. Yeah, there's no way. Damn, that's wild. Yep, Austin, I remember that. Jinder Mahal. He had a...
Nah, baby, that's for somebody else. We're going to keep you right there where you at right now. Brother.
So you're saying you
could...
You
else, baby.
we'll save this for another show, but you're saying you couldn't keep up with the ECW That's an easy one, bro, because they
I'm
all
back.
have long reigns.
I'm back.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead. What'd you say? I didn't hear what you said a minute ago.
No, you're saying that you couldn't keep up with the ECW World Title. I feel like you would have done pretty good.
I mean, I wanted to challenge myself too, bro. I actually thought that I was gonna fuck up when we got to like Jinder Mahal in that era, like 2017.
So yeah, so Bone Crusher, we haven't really talked about this, bro. What's gonna happen in the King of the Ring tournament? Like, what do you think? So
I think Opa's gonna get fucked over by Brock. That's my
But
guess.
does that mean that Jey Uso's gonna get a title shot at SummerSlam, bro? Again?
Jey Uso and Roman Reigns again at SummerSlam. That'd be funny. I don't know. Or maybe Oba is gonna wrestle Roman at SummerSlam and then Brock fucks him there, right? Or they make it a triple threat, bro. Maybe that's what they do. And
Well,
then
yeah, it's hard to book this because remember, in theory, right? We don't know this. In theory, Brock cannot stay past SummerSlam. That's supposed to be his big swan song.
it's supposed to be, but that might not be his big swan song.
Whatever happens, no, this is what I want, Dragon Slayer. I want Oba to wrestle Roman, beat him in 2 minutes, and be crowned the new World Heavyweight Champion, and go on from there. That's what I want to happen at SummerSlam.
Yeah, but you know what's really going to happen, though? And you know I'm right about this. They're going to do a triple threat at SummerSlam, and Brock's going to get the title back.
Bro, what about Javon
Then
Evans?
we know Vince is back, bro.
Oh, are you kidding me? Bro, what about Javon Evans beats Jey Uso? I wouldn't mind seeing that.
I want to see that, bro. Fuck Jey Uso.
Hey, finally you're on.
You were on that train before me.
Yeah.
Orange Cassidy's still worse.
No, bro, come on. That's not even like objectively true. It can be, bro. It can,
I reject.
Okay.
I still don't watch
Listen,
Orange Cassidy matches,
I understand.
bro.
No, I've never invalidated your hate for Orange Cassidy ever. You have that right, and I could see why. What I do argue is that you cannot sit here and tell me with a straight face that he is any worse than Jey Uso. You can't. It's impossible. You can't. Yes, thank you, Orange fanboy. You switch gimmicks.
He's saying that I'm racist against orange people, even though you hate orange people more than me.
I don't hate anybody, bro.
Of course not.
I'm a children of the king. I love everyone.
Born again child of the king. Do you want to get to this fucking Taboo Tuesday? We're gonna be here for another 2 hours, bro.
Yes, bro. Let's hit it.
All right, Taboo Tuesday 2005. We decided to review the show because I wanted to do like a Taboo Tuesday retrospective. So this was an interesting time period. The first thing I want to talk to you about is remind everybody of what's going on in the business. So during this time in 2005, WWE had no competition. TNA had just literally gotten on Spike TV, and they just killed it with Unbreakable and a famous three-way tag match.
The one that inspired a very young Will Ospreay to become a wrestler. Why even know?
Samoa Joe, Christopher Daniels, and AJ Styles. Now, when I say TNA went to Spike, WWE left Spike and went back to USA, and that's when they had Raw Homecoming. A lot of the storylines on this show were branching off of Raw Homecoming. Now, something else that happened during this time, Vinny felt that Jim Ross was no longer the lead commentator. Him and what's this guy's name, bro? Kevin Dunn, bro.
Kevin Dunn. Kevin Dunn. Get it right.
Yeah, and JR had like some kind of colon problem, right? And then we saw Mr. Heine, and it was real bad. So instead, Vince did an angle. Linda and Vince fired JR, but it was a storyline. And then
JR, you're fired with no passion, bro. When you fired him.
Terrible, bro. Linda as a heel doesn't work. And then yeah, she does, bro. Very big.
Still to this day, or not anymore?
Yeah, but now her face isn't even real, bro. Who's had more work done, bro? Her or Charlotte? So what happened was Jonathan.
I could tell you that Vince Russo has probably called them both of them a bitch in one time or another. Well, one we saw.
He likes Linda. Remember him and Linda.
Well, that doesn't mean he's not calling her a bitch, bro.
She's a sweetheart. She's a real. I wrote a letter to Vince, but then I decided he won't read it, so I wrote it to Linda. Remember, it's Linda McMahon to him, bro.
Well, all the New Yorkers always had the That's why it pops me, bro.
So, what happened was, do you remember what else was going on in 05 during this time?
I don't remember shit. I was going hard.
Well, I was dialed in. So, Coach became the Raw commentator, but that's not who Vince wanted.
The only thing I remember is when Kevin Dunn would make sure that Joey Styles' chair was lower than the other two commentators just to rib him, bro.
Okay,
You probably don't even remember that.
I don't, but now that you reminded me of that.
He was in the little seat and they were in the bigger.
Well, he was a smaller guy, but okay. So WWE actually wanted Mike Goldberg. Do you remember that from the UFC?
I do remember that.
And this is right around the time when The Ultimate Fighter was starting to come on after Raw. It was earlier in the year. They wanted Mike Goldberg, but what ended up happening was he stayed with UFC. And what happened was Vince brought in Joey Styles on this show. This is the WWE debut of Joey Styles. Now, I was happy because I love Joey in ECW. He was funny.
God. He mocks God.
That's later. My favorite call ever for a move is when he had, I think it was Juventud Guerrera. It was some Mexican match. And the guy does like a flip senton and Joey goes, "What in the hell was that?" Anyways, I love Joey.
I don't like Joey because he tried to change the Death Valley driver into the Spicoli driver.
That was a tribute to
and it got over like
fallen. That was a tribute to a fallen man. When we called the Dreamer driver too for a while.
Fallen jobber, you mean, bro? Come on.
He was special to them, bro.
He didn't deserve that.
Okay, so Coachman was the commentator for a while. Yes. But Joey came in on this show. It was supposed to be one night only, but Joey did stick around until the promo that you're talking about. So you want to talk about the origin of Taboo Tuesday? Because this is the second annual Taboo Tuesday, which, by the way, it's on Netflix if you want to watch it.
Thankfully, thank the Jesus that we've been talking about all night. Thank you. They've actually uploaded all the pay-per-views on Netflix. So we were worried about that for a minute once they did the changeover from Peacock, but now they are all back on Netflix. Now, the TV is not, though. The TV is not.
They're still missing those Raws, bro.
Which I want to get back to because I left off in 2004. But, so at this
point... Bro, this pops me right here. He's right about that. Remember we had that rule for a long time on this show?
Yeah.
That if you don't have knockout power, we don't respect you?
Yeah, but he's knocking out Anna Jay every night, so that kind of...
So does that make up for it, bro?
That sure does, shit. She's probably my favorite woman in wrestling right now, with body-wise.
Really? More than Lola Vice?
That's real curvature, bro. That's real curvature.
Lola Vice? Excuse me, Lola Vice?
I don't like her face, bro. I'm not saying she's not pretty.
You said curvature. You said curvature.
Yeah.
You said...
No, but I like Anna Jay's curvature and face.
What do you think about Sol Ruka? A friend of mine's really into her. I'm really not.
I like her.
All right.
Bro, what's that one dude, that one jobber that's with the Americanos? What's his name? Or not Pete Dunne, the other one.
I was about to say Jerry Blackwell, but it's definitely not him.
What the fuck? How does your brain work, bro? How do you go through the Memorex in your brain and come up with Jerry Blackwell?
Jerry Blackwell.
Or the Americanos.
Or as Mad Dog Vachon called them, Jerry Fatwell.
God, help me out. Who's the other jabroni?
Jack Gallagher. No, not him.
Oh, bro.
I know who you're talking about, bro. The guy who used to team with Pete Dunne. Tyler Bate.
Anyways, bro, that motherfucker has fucked. I'm gonna give you the list. He has fucked Tony Storm.
Wait, who are you talking about? Tyler Bate or Jack Perry?
Tyler Bate.
Oh, he's got a good resume.
Not Jerry Blackwell, bro. Tyler Bate has fucked.
But you know what? I bet Jerry Blackwell would fuck Willow.
So would I. So fuck him. Anyways, Tony Storm, which is a give or take, right?
This is younger Tony Storm.
Because Tony Storm is very obsessionist level, you know. And then Liv Morgan. He also has her on the roster.
That's right.
By the way, these are all proven via pictures.
Yes.
On the internet.
Yes.
And then
in the KLB group.
And then right now, Sol Ruka. So he's currently piping Sol Ruka right now. I like Sol Ruka, bro, because unlike your girl, Blake Monroe, she has curvature. She has a rear end. That's
only one of them has ever wrestled for World Wonder Ring Stardom, though.
Yeah, but I think Sol Ruka's that name pops.
Rossi Ogawa, bro. So is it true that he's fucking around with some of the bitches, bro? Because I mean,
what do you think,
how
bro?
could you not be if you're a promoter, right?
I've never heard or met a man that was a promoter that didn't try to get his finger in the cookie jar.
Thank you, bro. That's what I've been saying. So Vinny's not so bad then.
Ah, come on. Anyways, but they're all women who prefer the company of other women over there. So he's fucked up.
All of them?
Not that Mina Shirakawa though, bro.
Who's piping Mina Shirakawa? And that's Takeshita, is it?
Probably Evil, bro. He's piping everyone.
No, the one he really piped was fucking Ghetto, bro, a few years ago.
And recently for leaving, bro.
Yeah.
Nia Snacks, I mean, she's looking better. She's lost a lot of weight. So, anyways, so Tyler Bate is currently piping Soruka. And yes, I do find her very attractive. I don't like her face, but I like her body. And she's very athletic. Even though she's botched her finisher about 4 times on TV. Stephanie Vaquer, I mean, she's with that deaf.
What happened to her, bro? What happened to her? We haven't seen her in a while.
She got a shoulder injury.
Okay.
So she should be back relatively soon.
Right.
So yeah, so that's kind of where we're at, bro.
Okay.
What do you? Oh, you say you don't really like her, huh?
No, I've already told you my picks, bro.
Blake Monroe and who else, bro?
Harley Cameron's my number one.
Oh, that's
honestly.
right.
That's my number one.
Yeah, okay. She's very attractive.
Yeah, Blake Monroe, Vaquer. We talked about Vaquer.
Even with that broken English, bro.
I kind of like it, bro. Remember, I can speak Spanish. A Puerto Rican that can't speak Spanish?
Yeah, but you don't speak her kind of Spanish, which might as well be another language.
Might as well, bro. But you know what language she does speak, bro? It's the language of money. And eating pussy doesn't matter what language you speak, bro. I'll have her speaking in tongue when I get done with that pussy, bro.
You have her speaking like Percy when he was wearing the gutter accent gimmick in the vomit.
It's all over the dead man.
Bro, Orange Fanboy says, do you still like Bobby? That could be any Bobby, bro. What the fuck?
That could be any Bobby.
Is it Bobby Kennedy? Is it Bobby Lashley?
Not as much as you like Orange Fanboy or Orange Cassidy, that is to say. All right, bro. So
is that Daniel Bryan or Orange Cassidy? We've never seen them in the same room at the same time, bro.
No, but one has talent and the other one doesn't. So this is San Diego's first pay-per-view, Taboo Tuesday.
Right.
Since Chris Jericho won the title at Vengeance. So that's kind of cool,
I don't know
right?
why I wasn't there. I forgot. I should have been there, but I wasn't. I don't know why. I used to go to San Diego all the time for shows.
Yeah, this was... Okay, so this show was on a Tuesday. So maybe you had work.
That's why.
Yeah, it's called Taboo Tuesday, bro. Then later it was Cyber Sunday. Now, one of the things they did that was interesting around this time is Tuesday was the night they would tape SmackDown. But I think this week they taped it on like a Sunday. I think it was a Sunday, Monday, Tuesday schedule.
Or they probably taped it with Raw. They had to do it.
Sometimes they did that, yeah. But it was weird because this was a Raw pay-per-view, but it had SmackDown people on it.
No, I don't say that, Orange Fanboy. That's a fact. That's a fact.
No, he doesn't like hosses, bro. And it's not a fact.
Well, Bobby and Oba are hosses.
It's not a fact, though.
Bro.
You're getting me confused with Garrett Gonzalez, bro.
I've never seen a man so excited, and I know this because I was there live with you. I've never seen a man so excited to see Bobby Lashley successfully defend his world title as he did against Drew McIntyre.
You didn't see me. You didn't see me when Karma debuted at Extreme Rules. I actually jumped up and down.
Yeah,
She is a hoss. Yeah, that's. But she has a vagina. That's
or
the
so
difference.
she claims.
I'm pretty sure. Well, we saw her titties at that one fucking Bound for Glory. So, do you remember that?
I do, but I like how your ND brain remembers that shit, bro.
How could I know? My heterosexual brain remembers that.
literally, there's no reason for your brain to retain that information.
I mean, there's many reasons to retain it, bro.
She flipped over the top. See, you're an asshole because now you re-put it in my brain. My brain had gone.
You're welcome, bro. You're welcome.
Yeah, she had flipped over a battle royal
and her fucking thing went gimmick. Yeah, you saw the fucking jiggly titties, bro.
Bro, so that means this chick, she didn't wear a bra. She just wore that barbarian thing over her.
And that was her first night in the territory. That was her debut, bro. Knockouts Battle Royal. Okay, so the gimmick of this show is fans get to vote on the stipulations of matches or wrestlers to be in matches. This is the second annual.
Is Karma a torta, bro?
A black one, yeah. An athletic torta. An athletic torta. No, what is... She is. She's an athletic one. Anyways, check it out. So the gimmick of this show was that they let the fans vote, and you voted online. I don't remember ever voting in this. Did you?
No, because we didn't really have these yet. If we had these, they would have had more participation.
Yeah, it was all on the app, but I had a computer and I still didn't vote. I didn't care that much. But the first Taboo Tuesday was the previous year, and it really wasn't that good of a show. This one was a lot better. So we're in the middle of Cena's first title reign. He just got done feuding with Jericho. Now he's feuding with Kurt Angle. He's been feuding with him for about a month or so, and that ties into this show. So Todd Grisham was in charge of the PC room, which is a giant computer room. So the opening match, right, the fans had to pick between who from SmackDown would come to wrestle the team of Edge and Chris Masters. Chris Mordetsky, as they revealed on Raw around this time. Now, one of the things they did for this fan voting is they made it to where they sort of...
It was a con. Tell them about the con.
It was a con because they knew who the fans were going to pick, because they gave you two like less exciting options. And here they had to pick between the following SmackDown guys: Christian, Matt Hardy, Hardcore Holly, JBL, and Ron Mysterio. Now, out of those guys, who are the two most over guys, especially during this time in a match with Edge? Matt Hardy and Ron Mysterio. Now, this is right. This is a month after Edge and Matt, about 2 months after Edge and Matt had their blow off at the September pay-per-view, where Matt wound up going to SmackDown.
Bro, why is it that Matt has to always say that he fucked Lita before she told him she was unfaithful? It's almost like his ego has to like calm him down by saying, "I fucked this woman."
Amy dumbass.
Because the thing about men that are very macho is that they see women as property, right? Let's be real about it. That's a lot of...
That's how it's been since the beginning of time, bro.
A lot.
Even the good book agrees with that.
Of course. That's why I have issues with it.
That's why it's the man upstairs, not the woman upstairs.
That's why it's Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve, you're going to say.
I did not say that. I did not say that, bro.
I didn't say it either.
No, you didn't.
Anyways.
All right, I got one for you. Do you remember what the Sunday Night Heat match was for this show?
No, bro. Why would I remember that?
Because you have a little autism in you. Okay.
The Angelic Diablo, bro. That's what
You remember that, and that's even more obscure. All right, the team of Shelton Benjamin and Val Venus, right, versus, you ready for this? Matt Stryker and Kerwin White, bro.
Damn, bro. They canceled Kerwin when Eddie died,
When Eddie died, bro. Do you mind if I show the people the Kerwin White?
Yes, go ahead.
Kerwin White. I have to show the people, bro.
Dragon's Lair is right about Lilith. There's even a book about her, but
yes,
Danny doesn't like to talk about
it's the non-canon, right?
Yeah, it should be canon.
I mean, I don't know about it should be, but it's not. I don't know about that. All right, bro. This pops me for many reasons, bro.
Oh, there's a lot of reasons.
The fucking Frankie Sinatra gimmick, bro. You want to explain to the people what this gimmick was actually about?
Bro, listen, I am a first generation American, okay? That means that my parents were from Mexico. That's where you really saw this play out in real time. People that first immigrated to this country, and they were trying to assimilate to the culture of this country, which a lot of people would say there really isn't, but I don't believe in that, but whatever. And what you would see was a lot of minorities trying to be white. They're trying to be white to fit in and get more opportunities. And I remember my padrino, my godfather. I don't know where the fuck he's at. He got a divorce and then he left me and I never saw him again.
Very Mexican.
He used to dress just like Chavito would in this vignette because he was trying to be white.
See, you didn't have a negron over there, bro. We did, so we didn't have to worry about that.
And the thing that would upset me, bro, is that whenever we would go visit him, I have a side story that's pretty fucked up, bro. I'll share it right now. But the thing was, he would always be wearing the khaki pants, bro, like Chavo was there. And he always had a glass of wine that he would hold like this with his two hands, like with his two fingers. And then he would stare, and then he would cross his legs. See, the thing about Mexicans, bro, we don't cross our legs like that, okay? That's
right.
A white thing. I don't
That's
know if
a
you guys
white
know
thing.
that.
That's a very woman thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I said white, bro.
I don't think I've ever crossed my legs like that.
So when we would go in there and he would have the gimmick tied up to his neck, bro, the sweater, and he would be stirring his wine, and he would have his legs crossed, and he would only want to talk English to us, even though he couldn't speak the fucking language. Like
that's crazy, bro.
I would rather talk to him in Spanish because it was easier to communicate. But this motherfucker wouldn't talk in fucking Spanish. But that wasn't the worst of it. The worst of it is that I used to hate going to their house because we would always have to eat fucking meatloaf, bro. Like
he even ate American food.
White food. Let's just keep it honest, bro. Keep it honest.
And if it's really white, that means it's not seasoned.
So I used to hate that, bro. To the point where I used to tell my parents to stop by at a fucking food truck or something so I get some tacos in me. But obviously because my parents were mean at that time, they wouldn't do it. So I had to either starve or eat fucking dry meatloaf. But I'll tell you a classic, bro. This is a very Simpsonish story.
What about the meatloaf at Golden Corral? That one's okay, right?
No, I don't taste it because I'm still traumatized. I don't eat meatloaf at all, bro. From those years.
Okay.
Bro, one year we go there for Christmas, and I don't know if they forgot about me or what. I was around 10, and we get there, and it's like the Simpsons, bro. My godfather notices that he fucked up because there's nothing under the Christmas tree for me. And I just hear the door slam and the car turn on and gets out of the driveway and he bolts out of there.
Oh, man.
Now, here's the deal.
On Christmas Day?
Yes. Because he forgot to get me a gift.
Right. I know. I figured that.
So he comes back with a plastic bag. All right? And he gives me the bag. And in the bag, there's some sweatpants and a sweatshirt. Now, they were his fucking clothes, bro. Like, I know they were probably in the back seat or something, but he didn't know.
Everything was closed.
Yeah, so he just what he did is he went to the back of his car and scrunched up a couple some clothes, like I said, sweatpants, bro. Why the fuck would a 10-year-old kid want sweatpants? I'm not going out jogging every fucking night. And he gave me like a sweater. And then he didn't even bother to hide or go to the store and buy some wrapping paper. He literally had it in a plastic bag, and he just gave it to me, bro. That was my Christmas present that year.
Well, maybe it's okay. You don't know.
I've never forgotten that, and now it makes me as long as because I was probably like around 8 or 9. It wasn't even 10. But yeah, man. So, anyways, wow. I could relate to the Kerwin White gimmick because there was a lot of people during that time that wanted to be white. So they acted white, but black culture has a term for that. They call them the house, you know what, and that's exactly what that is, and that's what Kerwin White was.
He was
the caddy for Dolph Ziggler, who had another name at the time. I forget.
He was Nick Nemeth. Yeah, Nick Nemeth was his caddy. Yeah,
right. So,
his name was Nick Nemeth. Yeah, he used his real name.
Alfredo Plasencia Cacerola. Come on, bro, get the fuck out of here with that shit.
Casseroles. It can be good around the holidays. Okay, so let's get back to the show.
Why does somebody randomly? This is what I like about our streams, bro. Somebody randomly typed in Elder Gods with no context.
Oh, that's Alfredo, the Elder Gods.
Oh, because we're talking about Jesus, I think.
Yeah, they're more powerful and more evil. So all right. So the fans of the pick between Christian, Matt Hardy, Hardcore Holly, JBL Ray, Ron Mysterio. Matt Hardy and Ron Mysterio wins. But then the pay-per-view already starts pissing me off here. So for some reason, Edge just says, I'm not wrestling.
That's right.
Let Edge and Lita say they're not wrestling. So Snitsky.
And this is Lita where she had the big tits. Make sure you say that.
Yeah, Amy Dumbass. And so Edge was replaced by Gene Snitsky.
It
So
wasn't my fault.
it went from, bro, so now it's Rey Mysterio and Matt Hardy against Gene Snitsky and Chris Masters. Who the fuck could possibly care? Chris Masters just got done feuding with Shawn in a 1 month feud. Like, this was like nobody cared, bro.
But I did like the fact that I forgot that Ron Mysterio's Booyaka Booyaka theme song used to be a reggaeton version better than the punk rock version that we hear now. I like the reggaeton version better, bro. The original one that he came out with.
Yeah, this was before the POD one from WrestleMania that he got.
Another Mexican singing the song, bro.
Yeah.
That's a Mexican and an Armenian. How about that for a duo?
Pásame una carne asada. So yeah, I don't know. Was there a reason as to why Edge just wasn't in the match? Like, I don't really understand what.
He was probably hurt at this point.
He had just got done feuding with Matt, and they had a ladder match, like on a Raw before this. But the finish of the match, Matt hit like a DDT from the middle rope, bro. It was pretty brutal, and so SmackDown winds up winning. But who could possibly care?
Well, Ray was over at this point, so maybe he was the star of the match.
Well, the idea was to build. That was the beginning of this SmackDown versus Raw build-up, because at Survivor Series, one of the main matches was Team Raw versus Team SmackDown, and this was the era when they only did it once. Like, they didn't do it every Survivor Series. This is the first year they actually did it, but it was only one Survivor Series match.
But then they did bragging rights.
That was later, yeah. And then Survivor Series did it every year. But this is when they had just done it once. So, yeah.
Bro, I'll tell you what, I'd rather have that than fucking War Games every year with the nothing happening cage match.
The last couple have not been too great.
Talk about Rod Conway, bro.
Well, we're not there yet. First, we go back to Mick Foley, who they do a vignette where he got his luggage mixed up with Maria Kanellis. Now, this is Maria when she was. This is Maria when she was fucking hot to the absolute.
She's still hot, isn't she?
Yeah, but not like this. This was prime Maria, and this is when she was getting punked by Phil Brooks. See, at this point, this is now November. This show took place November 1st, 2005. Phil Brooks had just left Ring of Honor in August and reported to Ohio Valley Wrestling in like September.
And he cleared that roster quick, boy.
And he went through Maria, bro.
And Piggy James. Don't forget Piggy James.
Alexis Lurie, bro. That was her name back then.
Right.
That was before fucking, pinch me. Ricky, close the hotel door. Because we bring that up every week, bro. We always find a way to bring it up, bro.
Brother, let's just say that Phil Brooks enjoys his Arby's. We'll just leave it at that.
Are you saying Maria Kanellis has Arby's,
no, bro? I'm talking about Piggy James.
I know.
I don't know what Maria's looks like. I haven't seen it.
I know.
Piggy James.
Maria was very, very hot around this time, bro. So that was a fun little vignette.
And she had the gimmick that she was a dunce, bro. She was an airhead.
Yeah, right. She was dumb. She called Edge the Edge, which is actually what his original name was supposed to be. But wasn't one of the guys from U2 called the Edge?
What do you mean is? What a poser, bro.
I don't know anything about U2, bro.
That's one of the biggest.
Except that Bono, I know that. Bono looks like fucking Road Dogg a little bit. Do you see it? A little bit, right?
Bro, do you know that they once went on tour and they built a stage so big you could see it from space?
They only did stadiums, right, for a while, right?
They still only do stadiums.
Yeah. Now, that was it like the Saudis where they built it in 3 weeks.
Nah, bro, that was insane. But they didn't give a fuck about life. That's the difference.
That's right. So Rob Conway and Tyson Tomko.
Because remember, the Saudis, you have 12 Vestal Virgins waiting for you. So
no, 72 Vestal Virgins.
If you leave this earth, you're still gonna be good.
Yeah, for the rest of eternity. 72 of them.
Robert Mayer Burnett.
He's a guy who we both like that guy, bro.
He said, because he was cutting a pro. He's been cutting promos left and right. He hated whatever the Spielberg movie.
This was in 2010. What he's talking about? 2010,
no,
2009.
He said that. Why would anybody want Vestal Virgins if they don't know what the fuck they're doing? Like, he wants, when he dies, he wants fucking women that are experienced, that are gonna bite his nipples and twiddle his asshole. That's what he said, bro.
When did he say that, on the Campia show?
No, on his own show, on his own channel.
That's kind of funny, bro, but do you agree with him?
He's got, bro, his YouTube show is whack. It's called Robservations, bro.
They should have had our Rob do it, bro. The guy who knows 2000 WCW very well, bro. R Fury.
Anyways, when
Yeah.
did Phil pipe Alita?
I
Oh,
said
that was that
2010.
long ago.
That was 2010.
Yeah.
And I think right after that was Beth Phoenix. He had a hell of a run, bro. He piped all the bitches that Edge piped first. Isn't that wacky?
And then Cody got some of that too in between, because Cody got Beth, because they were they've been to
Did Cody get Lita too? I don't think so.
No. Cody got.
Is Lita even married now?
No, she's just like a nomad. She just wanders around.
She never surpassed fucking El Dandy or whatever.
What is that?
Papi Chulo, bro. The real Papi Chulo.
All
right, so the idea here is you got to vote which WWE legend would team up with Eugene, because he's a mark for all of them.
Eugene Densmore.
That's right. Hacksaw Jim Duggan, Superfly Jimmy Snuka the Murderer,
Now we've
or
seen
Kamala.
real Eugenes at FanFest, and I know I have. At
I saw one that came up to my table in Houston, bro. A couple, actually.
Come on, bro.
I did. They're not in this chat right now, but I saw them.
Well, they might be.
It's just a sexy boy.
Remember, bro, not only that, he had the Jake the Snake rubber snake around his neck.
And you also remember you apologized to Sean for it, even though it wasn't your fault.
Yeah, because I remember I'm not used to any of this shit, bro.
And Sean goes, "It's all right," with his grovelly voice, bro.
Yeah, but that was back when you would get a good picture for like $20. Nowadays they want an arm.
200, bro. Yeah, it's expensive.
Bro, did you see Kurt Russell's going rate? That's making the rounds in the convention circuit. He wants $400 for a picture and an autograph.
That's crazy.
It is Kurt Russell, but that's too much.
Bro, he better bend over and fucking give me some of that ass for fucking $400.
Kurt Russell?
Yeah, fuck that shit.
All right.
Anyways, listen.
What about Wyatt, bro?
Bray Wyatt?
No, bro, his son. He was good in Disclosure Day.
Wyatt Russell. He is good. He's a good actor. I mean, he might not be as great as fucking what's his name, bro? What's Lewis Pullman, bro? Who played Bob in 2 movies. He was Bob in fucking Top Gun Maverick, and he was Bob in fucking Thunderbolts, bro.
That's right, bro.
How weird is that? It's like Danny Trejo in Heat was named Trejo.
Are you a fan of the guy that played Rooster in Maverick, bro?
Yeah, because remember, he was the lawyer in Michael.
That's right. He's a good actor.
I told you. And then but Lorenz Tate was fucking, that was the real surprise, bro.
He was also one of the Mr. Incredibles in the fake Fantastic Four movie.
That's right. The one that came out in 05, the Josh Trank one.
No, 2015, bro.
2015, that's right. 05 was the good one. That was the one with Jessica Alba.
Saxter's asking who piped more divas, Phil Brooks or Dave. No, Phil Brooks, bro.
We've actually talked about this on an old show. I think Phil Brooks
has a pretty good record, but
Melina was at that show, bro, that I was at. I was in.
Yeah, but you didn't say hi to her.
No, I didn't, bro. I didn't. But you know what was something? I saw Chavo there, who was added late. I did not see Kevin Von Erich.
Bro, you'd rather hang out with a 70-year-old, somewhat depressed man in Joey Pants than hang out with a beautiful woman like Melina.
Wait, we're talking about Joey Pants, bro. Okay, you have to admit that's even you.
He's not Denzel. He's Denzel's buddy. Yeah, Lou J, $400 is wild. Fuck that. That's true. We can't deny that.
What about Batista?
El Enterrador, he likes him.
That's right, bro. El mariconazo de Emperador y Triple H y el gordo apestoso Umaga. That's what it said in the video, bro.
Before or after the 2 heart attacks, bro?
No, this was before, bro. Unless he's into necro shit. So Rob Conway and Tyson Tomko, Superfly Jimmy Snuka gets the W. He gets voted. This match is whatever, bro. This era, like
Tyson Tomko okay now, bro? He had a problem.
Yeah, he did. And the problem was Rob Conway. Now, what I want to really... So here's the thing about this show.
Oxycontin, bro, not Rob Conway.
No, that was the other problem. Here's the thing. Okay, here's the thing about this show. Okay, that was Test's problem too.
Rob Conway.
He did. See, unfortunately, Andrew Martin did not pass the test, but that was 3 years after this.
You're a dick.
So what happened was this, bro.
Too soon.
This card actually did have a pretty good last couple of matches. We're gonna get to it, but early on, I wasn't really into this show. A lot of comedy in this match. Snuka hits the Superfly Splash, and then of course Kamala and Duggan come out to save them from the heel attack, and they got a nice pop.
At that point, it was still nickel and diamond. They had to be worth their $3,000 payouts. So Vinny still took them out.
There's no way they made 3,000. Well, they had to have made like $200. There's no way they made 3,000.
Like 2,000. Come on.
There's no way. So, yeah, that's what. Do you have any thoughts on the match? There's not really much to say. Or do you want to talk about Rob Conway's gimmick? Because that didn't last. It was like a wannabe Rick Rude, right? I guess basically.
Who was more on the juice, Phil Brooks or Rob Conway? That's my question to you.
Definitely Phil Brooks, bro.
Nah, Rob Conway was all jacked to the gills.
He might as well come back with his name, Glenn Buterol. And remember, this is, bro, isn't this show? This show is 3 weeks after Eddie's death, or 3 weeks before Eddie died. Right?
Yeah.
It's
but
3
a Raw
weeks.
show, so he's not on it.
No, he's not on it. But the point is that people were still on the juice at this time. When Eddie died, people started to get off of it little by little.
But wasn't the Benoit test that really had the new testing done?
Yeah. Signature Pharmacy, bro.
No, the one where if people want to see a show with everybody on the juice,
Royal Rumble 02.
That's right, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Even Take is on it, bro. And
Val Venus looks like fucking Brock Lesnar on that show, bro. It's insane.
Well, he always did, bro. He would go through phases.
Nah, not like on that show.
Bro, you know what spot used to bother me? Oh, I'll get to it when Val Venus. Oh, he already passed on. The spot that used to bother me, bro. He didn't do it long. Was when he used to jack off and then punch you with the fist that he jacked off with.
I don't even remember that spot.
Yeah, he would put his pants down his tights.
I don't remember that.
He would punch you in the, but he that one didn't last because I'm sure he got a talking to.
The funniest thing during that era. The funniest thing during that era is when Bear offered the host to the Undertaker and he said, "I know one part of you that's not dead."
That's right, bro.
Taker almost popped, bro.
That means that he's seen him fuck.
I'm sure he has, bro. They're friends. They're close friends. Bear? All right, so Mick Foley.
The only Bear that we respect, by the way.
That's right. He's still alive, too. So Mick Foley, right? Mick Foley was feuding with
Jack Foley.
He was feuding with Carlito, and this thing it was a very short feud.
It was a month. I think it was only a month.
You know, this was actually Mick's first match back since the Randy Orton match at Backlash 2004. And at this point, Carlito had kind of been feuding with a lot of the older guys. He feuded with Ric Flair a few months after this, you know. And what happened was the fans got to vote what version of Mick would wrestle, Mankind, Dude Love, or Cactus. Now, I would have loved it if it was Dude Love, because we never see that one that much, but it was Mankind.
But
now,
it's still a con job, because you're getting Mick Foley. See, that's what we mean.
Yeah, but it was still cool, though, because you got to pick which version. I like that. It was clever. Now, here's the thing that I thought was stupid, though. Why did Mankind come out dressed as the corporate Mankind, but came out with the 96, 97 Mankind music?
Because he was too fat to wear the shit-looking costume.
No, bro, they fucked up and played the wrong music is what it was, bro. Mick was in good shape, I thought. It wasn't. That's the one. They played the 96 Mankind one instead. He won with the mandible claw. Do you have any thoughts?
The piano when he won, bro? I used to love that part.
Yeah, the Ode to Freud or whatever it was called. He'd be in the ring doing the fucking. Remember, bro, Jim Cornette's rat was in the vignettes, bro. George the Rat. George the Rat. Mm-hmm. So I don't have much to say about it, bro. Mick won with Mr. Sacco.
It was like 6 minutes. They were trying, at this point, Vince still saw Mick as somebody who gets some pay-per-view buy rates. They hadn't really overly used them yet. So it was just to put him on the show with Carlito.
And you know what?
I think they had given up on the Carlito experiment by this point anyway.
Yeah, and one of the things about this show is the build-up to it is they were going for retro because in 05, people forget that in 05, they were still coming off the Attitude Era, and they were still, so Austin and Rock and Mick were still not super old yet, right? So they would bring him back occasionally. Austin was supposed to be on this show. We'll get to that later. But they would oftentimes bring these guys back for special appearances. Now, we cut to the back, right? and we have this talk to a superstar with instant access, where after a wrestler wrestles, you can talk to him in the back. Now, unfortunately, we didn't get the classic Shawn Michaels looking at what button to push on the computer, bro, because that's still the best version of that. But this is something.
We get the son of the Meister on the phone, bro. Oh yeah, thanks for calling. That's gonna take care of him.
Yeah, and it's like they're like, and the thing that used to work me. So here's the con job of this.
You actually thought you were gonna talk to a wrestler if you called.
Yes. You thought you were actually gonna talk to them when all you got is a pre-recording of them talking about the match. That's it.
Yes, but also remember the gimmick was to keep you on the line because it was 99 cents per minute, and then it was the big charge right after the first minute.
Yeah, so it was $1.59. Then I think 99 each additional, something like that.
Yeah, so they had to keep you for that first minute for the big charge.
Right.
And then so it was all gimmick.
But the first minute is them reading off the options. For superstars, option 1. For the Ross Report, option 2.
But do you think they would once in a while surprise a mark with the real wrestler if they were already there?
No. Okay, did you ever call any of those hotlines?
No, bro. My dad will whoop my ass if I did that.
Same.
Are you kidding me?
Same. They would not let me do it.
I just told you what I got on Christmas. Do you think there's going to be time for
Yeah, but that was your whitewash uncle, not your mom and dad.
Well, my godfather.
Maybe godfather. Maybe he would have paid for it. Yeah, bro, we didn't get Shawn Michael Hiccup. I'm trying to figure out computers. I wish. So they announced...
graduated from computer school. We didn't get that either.
There were plenty of them in the crowd, though. So they announced that this next voting is who's going to be in the in the main event of the show. So it's going to be Cena versus Angle versus one of these three guys. Right. The Big Show, Kane, or the most popular guy who had already been feuding with Kurt Angle, Shawn Michaels. I wonder who's going to win. The super babyface or the two guys who are either heels or not as popular.
Bro, why don't you do a hotline for your marks, bro?
I should do that, bro.
You could make good money out of it.
I could do it.
Because a lot of these people are little fellas, so I mean, we know that for a fact.
Yeah, no argument there. Maybe I'll think about it, bro. Maybe I'll have you pre-record some shit to tell them, bro.
But what would you tell them in the pre-recording as you're working them? Because you're gonna be doing something else.
I tell them never give up.
Nah, bro. Give them some Dragon Ball news.
Hustle, loyalty, and respect. Well, there's plenty of Dragon Ball news on the Geekdom 101 Patreon, which is patreon.com/Geekdom101. Lots of news there.
Okay.
So anyways, so Shawn wins. It's a chance to see Shawn and Kurt in the ring again. So what they did was the two losers would challenge Cade and Murdoch for the WWE Tag Team Championship. So that was next. WWE Tag Titles. Cade and Murdoch defend against Paul White and Glenn Jacobs. Big Show.
You gotta do a little thinking here.
You
gotta think a little bit.
Tell us a little bit about Lance Cade and Trevor Murdoch, bro.
You gotta think a little bit. Okay.
You gotta think a little bit if you're gonna call.
So Lance Cade was a graduate of the Shawn Michaels Texas Wrestling Academy.
Rudy Boy Gonzalez, bro.
That also brought us wrestlers like Spanky, the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson, Paul London, and the list goes on, I think.
Brian Kendrick.
I said Spanky, bro.
Oh, yeah. You did.
Remember he had that gimmick where he was Leonardo DiCaprio for a while, bro?
He looked like Leonardo DiCaprio, so I see it.
He was Leo Spanky or some shit like that. But anyways, so what happened with Lance Cade was that he was everybody was saying he was the next Barry Windham. That was the early comparisons. So at like 22 years old, he gets a contract from the WWE, and he was very immature at that time. And he just, he started doing the wrestler lifestyle, and it started caught up with him. Trevor Murdoch was the guy that came up from. He was trained by Harley Race
wasn't he one of the Dups?
Yes, he was. I'm gonna get to that. And he ended up in the Midwest where he hooked up with two other wrestlers, and I believe he was Bo Dupp, one of the Dupp brothers.
Is he still the NWA World Champion, bro?
No. It's the Dinosaur I think is the last NWA.
Because he was the champion a couple of years ago.
Yes, and then the Dinosaur I think got it from him, bro. I forget his name.
Tyrus or whatever.
Tyrus, not O'Neal, bro.
Brodus Clay. What's his WWE name?
Brodus, and he's like a
He's like a Republican now, I think,
he's
right?
like a right winger. Yeah, he goes on.
Yeah, he has like a podcast and shit. Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, his views are as old as dinosaurs, bro. How about that? So anyways, so Trevor Murdoch came up and he ended up with a tag. Actually, it was a 3-man stable called the Duck Brothers, which they got over in the independent scene. And then what ended up happening there was that one of the Ducks, which was Mike something, I forget his name, he ended up fucking Miss Kitty, bro, the cat, and she was unfaithful to Jerry Lawler, and that kind of separated the team after that, because that guy Mike kind of got blackballed from a lot of companies for being with the cat. Actually, they both did. The cat actually also got blackballed. And then she ended up coming out. She came back like 10 years ago, and then she vanished again. So then Trevor Murdoch gets signed to a contract, the developmental, and so does Lance Cade. Now, Lance Cade originally comes up with a guy called Mark Jindrak from WCW.
And he was called Garrison Cade, right?
He was called Garrison because Vince didn't like two wrestlers with the same name, and he already had Lance Storm.
Right.
So Garrison Cade was his name, and he actually, a lot of people don't know this, but him and Jindrak were the finalists to join Evolution, but they settled on Orton and Batista. So when that
they actually shot footage with Mark Jindrak too.
That's right. Mark Jindrak actually made it past another phase, you know. And that you're right. There is footage of that because it's actually been known.
And they've interviewed Mark about it.
Yes. Mark Jindrak ended up going to CMLL and had a great career in Mexico.
What was his name in Mexico?
Marco Corleone.
Marco Corleone. That's right. With the way he would always focus on his like abs and shit.
And they tried with him. They gave him the Reflection of Perfection gimmick that didn't go. It was like Lex Luger, but it didn't go anywhere in WWE. And they even gave him Teddy Long as his manager. But anyways, so when Garrison Cade was not a finalist for Evolution, he ended up getting back to OVW, and then they ended up giving him like a hillbilly gimmick, like a Texan gimmick with Trevor Murdoch, and they merged them together and they got over. This team was so charismatic, bro. It was like the Dukes of Hazzards. Like you had the straight guy he had like this hidden insanity. That was Lance Cade's gimmick. And then you had like the
and Trevor Murdoch was like Dick Murdoch, basically.
Yeah, he was wild. He was
essentially Dick Murdoch.
I implore people to look at the vignettes. I watch the vignettes of these guys just as much as I watch the old Sean O'Hare vignettes. I watch them at least once a year because they're so fucking awesome. So with these guys, they have these vignettes when they're being introduced. They're at bars and they're just drinking and shit. And then it's just the charisma of both of these guys was awesome, bro. So I implore people to look them up. I'm not gonna describe them because I can't do them justice. You have to see them. So they come up to the territory in 2005,
and they win the tag belts pretty quickly.
Right, I think it was in their first or second try. But unfortunately, and they were not the only ones. This was an era where Vince wasn't pushing tag teams, and this was an era that me and you have talked about that's very frustrating. In that they would use tag teams to give heat to like baby faces they're pushing. Remember how many times did we see the babyface lose on a pay-per-view and then come out on Raw and just squash the tag team?
I was going to actually mention Cade and Murdoch became victims of Huntor's triple nipple because there was an episode of Raw where he pedigrees both of them, and then Spanky and Paul London come out and he pedigrees those two as well. I'll never forget that. He laid out, and Carlito, he laid out, Paul Triple H Levesque laid out 5 guys in one segment, bro.
Nose, bro.
Huntor, the nose.
So Murdoch and Cade had their run. It was about a good 3 to 4 year run. And then they split them up back in 2008 or 2009, and they just never did anything with them. However, there was rumors, and there was pretty significant rumors that Lance Cade was going to come back as HB Cade. Do you remember the HB Cade rumors, bro?
I remember the rumor, but I don't know if that was even true.
It was the scuttlebutt. I don't know if it was true either, but the point is that he was doing so many drugs at this point that they had to let him go. And he was only like 30 years old.
Yeah, he was young.
And then
he died very young.
Yeah, well, I think it was around that time. And then he passed away of a drug overdose around that time, 2012, 2013. 2012, I think. And then Trevor Murdoch, he stayed with the company for a little while longer because he was a good worker. He just wasn't he wasn't the type of body that Vince liked. He was kind of like a fat guy. But eventually he would also get released. And
he's one of those guys that came along 20 years too late. You know?
Right, and then he just retired maybe 6 months ago, maybe less, like 4 months.
He's 45 years old. He's the same age as you.
That's right. And we're all beat up and we're all feeling it. So I get it. Yeah, so that was kind of the story of Murdoch and Cade, bro. Very, very good tag team, very underrated in my opinion. But then again, there was so many tag teams in that time, bro. The Heartbreakers.
I remember that. Deuce and Domino. Remember
Deuce and Domino were very good. The Spirit Squad. You mixed the match.
A little bit after, but yeah.
Yeah, 2006. Yeah. So yeah, I mean that Hunter was just horrible, bro. He was horrible during this time. Like nobody could really get over it. That's why fuck Vince McMahon, bro. We don't need him back. Because yeah, Hunter had the power, but it was still Vince signing off on this shit, you know? So yeah, that was a horrible time.
And this match, I mean, you're not gonna have those two guys beat Kane and Big Show, because those are two guys that Vinny protected. The thing about Big Show and Kane,
all the time, bro. Big Show and Kane and Kane and Take, the Brothers of Destruction, they would always get protected, bro. When they had tag team title runs, they would always get protected. The
gimmick that they would do, and this is something they did almost every week, is they would have Kane and Big Show be the the example. Oh, you want to be insubordinate? Well, tonight you're gonna wrestle Kane. Or tonight you have to wrestle the Big Show. It was always like the wrestler they would put in there against the babyface to punish him. But by this point, neither guy was really a top guy. But they were just guys on the roster, and they did win. They won the titles in about 8 minutes, and that started the Big Show and Kane tag team. They would team up a few different times throughout the years.
Oh yeah, a lot. Like I said, same thing with the Brothers of Destruction. They would just team up, and they would never stop. The only reason why those teams would end, if you remember correctly, is that they would eventually each start feuding with each other. But they would never give nothing back to the roster ever, bro. The entire run.
Yep. And then it wasn't their fault. Choke slam.
But it wasn't their fault. It was that was Vinny's booking of them. It wasn't like Paul White and Glenn Jacobs were burying people. It was just that was how Vince wanted to book. He just wanted to protect these monsters.
And Kane was a good worker for a big guy, bro. I think he's really underrated by a lot.
Remember in '99 where he got all jacked, bro? That people thought it was another guy behind the mask. Like
was that '99?
Yeah, where he got all skinny and jacked and shit. That was crazy. But he's still.
I thought that was 02 when he was gigantic. Everybody else was. They double choke slammed Lance Cade, then they double choke slammed Trevor Murdoch after the match to bury him even further. All right, now things get interesting. So it was supposed to be Jonathan Coachman against Stone Cold Steve Austin. But there's a storyline where I guess Austin got hit by a car or something, and he was replaced by anybody from SmackDown. So first Funaki came out and wrestled the coach, and then it turns out it was the World Heavyweight Champion Batista. Now,
do you still do Kung Funaki, bro? Or that wouldn't be
this is before that. Kung Funaki was after. That was when R-Truth was already back.
But in 2026, did you do that gimmick?
Probably not. Even though they should do it with Okada, bro. I mean, or with Evil, bro. Evil should do it. Let me ask you a question. Do you remember the reason as to why Austin didn't wrestle Coach? Because one of the rumors was that he was going to lose to him, but I don't believe that.
That's what. No,
but that doesn't make sense. How would Austin have lost to Coach, and why didn't Batista just lose to him? Like, that doesn't make sense to me.
I think because at this time, remember, you're forgetting that Austin had a feud with the writing team. So it wasn't supposed
to. This was 05. You're thinking of 02. This is 05. He had already come back by this point, Austin. And he was already done wrestling. Because Hogan challenged him at Raw Homecoming to a match we never got.
Well, that's good about that, because Hogan would have fought too.
So Austin ends up like, basically he was gone until WrestleMania weekend when he inducted Bret Hart into the Hall of Fame. But
he would do that a lot, huh? During this time, he would just vanish. Like he would just yeah. He was Sheriff Austin one year, and then he's just gone.
I don't think they would have had Coach pin him, bro. I just don't believe that.
But you also got to remember how paranoid Austin was, bro, at this time. Remember, he was just paranoid about everything. Like he was
already retired by this point.
I know, but still, like he was still very protective of his gimmick.
Well,
maybe he didn't want to face Leon White, bro.
Okay, we're gonna get to that. So they brought back, after not being in the company for a while, Super Vader, one of our favorites, and Goldust. And they were basically coaches like henchmen and shit. I thought it was kind of cool to see them back.
Was this after Goldust's TNA run?
No, this is before Goldust TNA run. Black Rain, you mean, and Killer spelled backwards.
Johnny Stamboli, bro.
That's right. So, okay, so
Wait a minute, what was Goldust doing this entire time? He was just not in the business?
he was not. I don't know what he was doing, to be honest with you. I don't think. Maybe he was wrestling for Turnbuckle Championship Wrestling, bro. I don't know. I really don't know, but he was definitely not in the business. But he got brought back for this show. Vader did Japan for some of the early 2000s, but I think by this point he was done with Noah. By this point,
Yeah.
he didn't look good, bro. There's a spot on the Raw where he came back where he bust his ass getting out of the ring, and I'm not gonna lie, the shit was pretty funny.
Yeah, and then I think Vince gave up on him at that point. Vince doesn't like when people eat shit on the spot, bro.
Even though he did at the Royal Rumble 05 when he tore
But he
both
didn't
his
sell it.
quads.
That's the thing.
Of course not. Okay, so one of the things that I thought was cool about this, though, is that as a hardcore fan of the business, Vader and Dustin had an awesome match at the Clash of the Champions. Go find that match if you're out there.
It's a King of Cable match.
No, this is a different one. This is the Clash of the Champions match they had in like 93. I think it was 93.
Are you sure that wasn't the King of Cable?
No, King of Cable was Vader and Sting. In
Well,
like
that was the finals, but I
in
think-
like
I think-
91.
It was 93.
This one, the one I'm talking about was like 93, 94. And it's fucking awesome. That match is a perfect way of how to have a babyface go against a super heel and not win but look good. But here, Goldust is being wacky again and so on and so forth.
The New Year's baby is a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah, and I guess the story was that Dustin was still mad over that. Vader had no reason to hate Austin. I don't know. So what ended up happening was Batista becomes the guy, and for a while, like Goldust and Vader and Coach start triple teaming Batista. He makes a comeback, and this is Batista World Heavyweight Champion. Takes the belt, not the championship belt, but the actual belt that Coach was whipping him with, whips him. He puts Vader and Goldust into a spine buster and then power bombs Coach for the 1, 2, 3. It's cool to have like the SmackDown champion appear on a pay-per-view as little like Easter egg thing, but I don't know, man. Promising Austin and then not delivering it kind of sucks.
Remember, they've also promised Edge. And they didn't deliver that either.
Yeah, you're right. And also, I forgot to mention the voting too. Again, this is how they con people. So you had to pick for Batista and Coach a verbal debate, an arm wrestling match, or a street fight.
Yeah,
That's like when you tell me to pick between Blake Monroe, fucking Oba Femi, and Bobby Lashley, bro. Well, I don't know, bro. You like horses?
So of course you're gonna pick Bobby. I mean, that's dumb. Yeah, you're right.
Come on, Bobby. What's going on here? Also, the lingerie battle royal was voted too, bro. I forgot what were the choices for that fucking thing. I don't even remember.
Who gives a shit, bro? They were hot. These women were hot.
A lot of them were hot, bro.
What do you mean a lot of them? Tell me which one was it?
I guess you're right. I gotta think about that.
Ashley Mazzaro, bro.
She's probably the least hot. I was never into her, bro. So Vince said on Raw that Austin was involved in a car accident. It's not like the walkout. Goldust hit Batista with a kendo stick. They triple teamed him. I'm looking at my notes here. Yeah, Spinebuster 1, 2, 3.
I gotta read the
Batista
Observer
wins.
and see why he wasn't on there.
I remember that was the story that I think PW Insider talked about it, but I don't know how true it is. So they cut to the back.
I was in Tijuana, Baja California, fucking fighting midgets.
That was during that time? Okay.
And kicking it with prostitutes during this time.
So Shawn Michaels is in the back, and Kurt Angle interrupts his promo, and he says he wants to work with him to double team Cena and get rid of him, and then they go at it to see who the best is. Now, this was the best feud WWE did in the whole year. Kurt and Shawn had a classic at WrestleMania 21 Hollywood. They had another classic at Vengeance, which we did cover in the archives. And then Raw Homecoming, they had a 30-minute Iron Man match where they both went up one.
Where Kurt was weirdly managed by Sean Devari, bro. That was weird.
That was a very weird time, yes. After that is when Kurt started feuding. Actually, before that, Kurt started feuding with John Cena. So when he tells Shawn that, Shawn says he'll think about it. Then we find out that the theme song for this show is Korn, Twisted Transistor. And Jerry Lawler asked Joey if he likes Korn. He goes, on the cob? Wacky, bro. Okay. fulfill your
But
fantasy.
this is also Jerry Lawler. He's on the downswing at this point, right?
Yeah, this was
his
not
prime-
this was not 2000s Jerry Lawler, bro.
People forget that there was about a 2 to 3 year period where Lawler was completely zoned out. Like he wasn't that good at the end, like at all. Like he was a straight commentator. Like all of a sudden.
Yeah, when they toned down the sex stuff during this time, he was still really into the women, bro. Which is next, bro. Fulfill your fantasy battle royal with the Divas for the women's title. Mickey James was in this.
I'm sure it was Schoolgirl, Lingerie, and
was it? It was Schoolgirl, Schoolgirl Lingerie. I don't remember the other one, bro.
And Completely Nude. But that one didn't win.
No, that one. If that were on there, it would have won, bro. So Victoria was in it. Okay, Maria Kanellis, Candice Michelle, Ashley, Victoria, Mickey James, Trish Stratus. That was 6 women, and they all looked hot, basically.
Well, let me look through this. Yeah, you're right.
Ashley was the only one that I was not into, bro. I wasn't into her.
She was a tomboy. You don't like those, like.
Well,
like,
I like some tomboys, but she was too thin. She was.
Yeah, but the tomboys tend to be very progressive because they're like sex positive.
That's okay. That's.
Will you date a girl like that?
Yes, maybe. You have this idea that I want to date this fucking like super conservative woman who's gonna take orders from me. I mean, you're right about the taking orders part.
No, bro. The thing is that these women, like Ashley Mazzaro, like they're gonna, if they want to have sex with, like, let's say they go to the store, right, and then they just want to have sex with the bag boy. Like you're supposed to be okay with that.
I'm not okay with that though, because I'm not into open relationships. Is that weird?
Or like poly stuff. That's not open relationship.
Well, I'm not a poly. Neither are most people.
But it's growing in popularity, just so you know.
I'm sure it is, bro. But that's not me.
Well, that's what I'm. But then you're contradicting. You say maybe, but so it's a no then.
No, it is a no. I'm not into her. It's a no, bro. I'm not into her.
What about Victoria, bro?
She was okay. She fucks fans apparently.
A woman that could body slam you. Are you okay with it?
Well, she could body slam me now, not 20 years ago when this show was happening. She couldn't body slam me, bro. Put it that way.
Or maybe
you were in Tijuana eating midgets, and I was drinking 2-liter Pepsis every day during this time, bro.
So you're saying she could hip toss you like Lex Luger did with you?
That's right, bro. And I would have to run into it too. Scott Steiner could have body slammed me during this time, though.
Yeah, but he also took a punch while he was asleep.
No, that's Rick Steiner. Rick Steiner took a punch from a 315-pound man. So we are now where the show actually gets good, because I really like this match. Triple H versus Ric Flair for the Intercontinental title. Now you had to pick between
heavyweight title of the world.
That's right. You had to pick between a regular match, a submission match, and a steel cage. And I'll never forget, Rick cuts a promo on Raw and says, "Please pick the cage. I want the cage." 83% voted for the cage. Now, the story here.
Who the hell would vote for a regular match, bro? They're dumb.
I know. The story here is that Triple H had returned on Raw Homecoming, and he was actually a babyface, and Flair teamed up with him against Carlito and Chris Masters, but then Triple H turned on him and hit him with the sledgehammer after they won the match, and then beat him up. And
I remember that.
There was also an angle where, like, he threw him into, like, a limo and then broke the damn limo. Like, he really beat the fuck out of him. And the story is that Triple H... The story here, which actually kind of made sense, is that Triple H thought that Ric Flair had become a clown of his own self. He should look at Ric... Imagine if he knew Ric Flair now, bro, what would happen?
Bro, do you know that Ric Flair now won't allow his own son, David, who's got some big old titties? David has some bigger titties than any woman on
Charlotte.
The show. He will not let him, because David was trying to use the Flair name for I think it was like a gardening business or some shit like that. And Ric Flair cut a promo on him on Twitter, by the way, which is beta.
And remember, he types everything in all caps. Every single letter, every single every single word is capitalized.
I thought you do that.
No, I capitalize every letter. He capitalizes the first letter of every word, which is worse.
So he goes on Twitter and says a man has to stand by their own merit. I got the lawyers waiting for me, and I got the best lawyers, and they're gonna talk to this person. If you had a son, bro, you have your geekdom empire.
I have many sons.
That's actually pretty sad when you think about it. But anyways,
What, me having many sons?
yes, it's very.
Well, is that more sad than what Ric Flair just said?
Look, that what you just stated is scary, concerning,
And true.
sad, and even more depressing truth. So that's four things that I'm probably not gonna be able to sleep tonight. But anyway.
But is that worse than Ric Flair denying his own son to use the Flair name for a gardening business?
So he tells David, your name is Fleer. You could use Fleer all day long, but please don't use the word name Flair. Now, from what I understand, I didn't have this privilege because my parents were very dumb.
This guy needs to die already, bro.
My parents were very dumb, stupid, ignorant, take your pick. So I was left with nothing. As a matter of fact, I got to take care of them, which is more frustrating. So I don't have this privilege. But from what I understand, when a father has some sort of equity that they could leave to their kids, they do it, with an open heart and a legacy, right? So this fucking guy doesn't allow his son, which by the way, he fucked up by bringing him into the business at 20 years old, 19 years old, and exploiting the poor kid to the point where he's about 300 pounds now because probably he stress eats. Let's be real about it. And now he doesn't want to let him use his name. That's fucked up, bro.
Would he ever let Reed do it?
And it's even more fucked up what you just said right now.
Would he have let Reed do it?
Yeah.
And Ashley can do it.
Well,
She's still Charlotte Flair.
But that's because WWE says so.
Well, I don't know, man, but so Paul was mad at Triple H was mad that Flair allowed himself to get disrespected, and that's what led to him beating him up. They had this awesome promo, because remember the promo where Ric Flair asked for the cage? He comes out with a baseball bat, and I love that promo because that is a throwback. That is an Easter egg to Flair's promo on Harley to build up the first Starrcade. He came out with a baseball bat. He beat up, was it Bob Orton? Who was the other heel that he beat up? Do you know what I'm talking about in 83?
Yes.
It was Bob Orton. Who was the other one? It was two heels.
It was Bob Orton.
Oh my God! Two guys that Harley had paid to injure Ric Flair. Yes. I just forgot who the other heel was, bro.
Me too, and it's like in the tip of our tongues.
I know, bro.
Because they were a team. I know. I could feel it. I could see it. Bob Orton was a team with this guy.
Yeah, and they both beat up Flair and took him out for a few months in the summer.
Yeah, and then Flair bullshit is saying he was going to retire, but he didn't. That was
he came back with the bat and fucking, which was good. But that was a hot angle, bro, with a great promo.
The gold. That was Flair for the gold.
A Flair for the gold, yeah. And yeah, he came out with a bat, and that's where they got the story from, bro. So,
well, the Nose is a big traditionalist, bro. He knows his history.
Right. And during this time is when he was doing the Harley race. Remember, we talked about this in the Vengeance show. Harley
Stephanie
race
McMahon,
beard.
That's right. I popped for that beard, bro. Stephanie McMahon gave him all the Mr. Olympia's frames for his birthday that one year.
Very, very gay, bro.
Bro, who would you get? Like, would you get all the Top Gun cast framed, bro?
Mongoose? Honestly, bro, you know what I would like to get framed? You know what I would like to get framed, bro? I'd like to get no, man. I'd like to get the 3 Star Wars original movie posters from the movies. I'd like to get that framed. All 3 of them, like Star Wars, Empire, and Jedi. Not A New Hope, Star Wars. That's what it's really fucking called.
Oh, the 2 good ones and the crappy one. All right.
Sure. So I like this match a lot, bro.
I heard that you would want to get a picture of all the directors of New Hollywood, bro.
Nobody's gonna get that joke. That'd be a cool picture. That'd be a cool picture, though.
No, but not all of them together, like the NWA convention at 82.
No, that's what I want. Together with cigars, bro. Or the picture Dave has of Inoki, Baba, and Vinny looking at the globe of the earth.
That's right, bro.
They have their hands out.
No. I'm talking about individually. You would get all the frame, Lucas and Spielberg.
That'd be kind of cool, though.
and
I
millions.
bet.
You know?
I'll bet some, bro. I'll bet some fucking film nerd has that, bro. I'll bet.
Oh,
So,
doubt it.
okay, so I like this match a lot. Obviously, Flair's been in a lot of cage matches. Paul, I enjoyed this match, bro. There was double juice. It was epic. I mean, they gave it a lot of time, and they had a lot of good near falls. I liked this match a lot. This was probably the best match on the show. I thought it was tremendous. Flair actually won.
That's the surprising part.
Yeah, it was for the IC belt, because remember, then Paul fucked him out of it and won the rematch. But
So it was
still,
pretty much because he didn't want the belt, not because he was doing the honors for Flair.
I think that he let Flair get one and then he got the second one. It's probably a mix, but I really really did like this match a lot, bro. What you tell me what you thought?
No, I'm with you. I thought it was a nice little throwback. And I bet you there was a lot of little Easter eggs that we missed just because we haven't seen all the other matches that they were tributing, you know?
Well, Flair went for the quad. I thought that was clever.
Of course. Yeah.
Yeah. And then again, double juice. I have that in my notes, double juice. He basically whacked Triple H with a chair. Like that was the
When was the last time we saw double juice in WWE? Was it Cody and Orton?
Cody and Orton had double juice?
No, they didn't. No, they didn't.
Double juice?
It couldn't have been all the way back to Drew and Punk, right? It couldn't be. I know.
I think that is the last time. I think you're right. Double juice? Yeah.
Double juice, yeah.
Double juice. Double juice E.
Are we sure that Cena didn't juice during the Cody match at Mania?
No, Cena didn't juice during that match. I think so I don't think Cena juiced at all when he came back, bro.
Yes, Slick Man, it can't be that far back. That's like 2 years ago, Drew and Punk.
I think it was Drew and Punk, bro.
I mean, AEW is every Dynamite. We know that answer, but WWE is
Hoodie, why do you ask these questions, bro? You ask me every week if I've seen a movie, and I tell you the same shit, bro. World of Geekdom is where I have my movie reviews, dog. Just check that out, please. I know you just got out of doing a fucking 5-year bid, bro, for a drive-by, but you can do me the favor of checking that out, bro. I know one of your kids is with one of your baby mamas now, but do me that favor. Anyways.
Did you see movie Geekdom, Disclosure Day? That's a weird one.
I mean, he's one of those people, bro. That's how they type. Anyways, I enjoyed this match a lot. Then we have the main event, bro. We're almost
related
done.
to a gym by any chance?
No, bro, he's not Muslim. Okay, so 6 million votes were cast. They announced it.
Which is bullshit.
Of course. Because why weren't 6 million people watching?
Like,
I mean, he said votes. John Cena, WWE champion, versus Shawn Michaels versus Kurt Angle. I really like this match, bro. I forgot. These last two matches saved the show for me, bro. Most of the show was bullshit. Honestly, you're probably better off. You're probably better off, bro, just watching these last two matches. But I really did like this show.
Me too.
Because like the last two matches. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, I thought so too. And it's always nice to like see Kurt Angle, because this is about a year after he completely collapsed. It's because his 2006 was horrible. Then he went to TNA and had another legendary run over there.
And this was also when they started to boo John Cena and cheer Kurt Angle. It was right around this time, because the last match they had was in September.
Right, Forgiven.
Yeah, and it was a DQ finish. This match, they had this match, and people were cheering Kurt, and you really saw it. You really saw
the
it.
Jericho program.
No. This is before. This is after the Jericho program. The
Jericho program blew off in
August. This is November 1st.
Well, the first time that they started booing Cena was during the Jericho program.
Did they boo him during that program?
Yeah, and then Jericho lost the Loser Leaves Town match, and he was gone for 2 years.
I don't remember them booing him, but I'll take your word for it.
It was at SummerSlam in Washington, D.C.
Angle got cheered real big in 2007. Late 06, 07 is when he started getting cheered. So
he wasn't even in the company in 07. What are you talking about? He got fired in 06.
Wait a minute. Why did I say 07? No, I'm off by a year. Yeah. okay, this was the beginning of Kurt getting cheered, and then he officially became a babyface right after New Year's Revolution when he went to SmackDown and won the World Heavyweight title. So you're right, I was off by a year. For some reason, it was 07. So I like this match, bro. Like I said, I like this match. This was a really good triple threat match. Like they all worked really hard. I like the finish a lot. Super kick to Kurt Angle. He goes down. Cena hits him with the FU and gets back when one FU actually got a pinfall. Remember those days? Nowadays, never, ever gets a pinfall. For years, that move hasn't beat somebody in one shot. During this time, it did. And yeah.
He beat Sami Zayn on SmackDown this year after one F5.
Was it only one?
Yeah.
That was the only one then, bro. Had to be, right?
I think that's when you weren't watching the show.
No, I did watch that. I just forgot it was one. I watched that. I was watching a lot of the John Cena stuff, bro. I watched all of it, I think. So
he had like at least 4 or 5 matches on TV.
Yes. No, he did. And some were a tag match. Yeah, I remember. So Joey Styles, I thought did great, but Vince didn't like his style, no pun intended, because he was not a sports entertainment storyteller. He was calling wrestling matches. They had some nostalgia on the show. I think if people watch this show, they're going to get a good idea of that post-Attitude Era, early Cena era, which wasn't bad. I actually like 2005.
But
It
would have been nice if what people need to do is more watch the dual shows with SmackDown and Raw, because I feel like Batista had a different vibe on SmackDown. It was 2 different vibes. You had the Cena on Raw, Batista on SmackDown, and it was just different vibes, and I like that.
You mean the TV or you mean the pay-per-views or both?
No, the TV, so people could get a real feel of the product in 2005, not just Raw. This is the Raw brand.
Yeah, I know it is.
But SmackDown had a whole different vibe. You know?
It did. SmackDown had the cruiserweights, and I actually think
It had Eddie.
I actually think that SmackDown also had the junior division. Wasn't that around this time? The midgets?
The midgets?
With Super Porky?
Yeah, but that didn't last very long. This
The
was
Mexicans?
2006, too.
So he's right, bro. Brock
you're
did
right.
interfere.
I fucked up. I dreamed that, bro. I'm sorry.
Yeah. But anyways, no.
I could have sworn there was one that he beat with one F5 or a few. I don't know. Who gives a shit?
It might have been like Randy Orton through a table or something. I don't remember. But yeah,
he'll be back wrestling at the Saudi show, bro. Who gives a shit?
I don't know about that, but
I feel like John Cena's not gonna keep his word.
He doesn't need the money.
And why would anybody stop him? They don't give a fuck.
He doesn't need the money, bro.
Yeah,
That
but
we
TKO's greedy, bro. They want to get all of them. They want to milk every single cent.
I'd rather have money than a skirt. Anyways,
bro, what about if they tell Cena put over Obafemi? He'll do it.
He'll do it.
That's what I'm saying. So he might come back.
Is Dwayne gonna come back on the Saudi show, bro? Because people, they know they want it.
No, because Dwayne, Roman Reigns did not mention Dwayne on Raw when he went through all the bloodline. He said he mentioned Umanga. He mentioned.
So you think that's gonna lead to Dwayne or
no,
Roman?
I think, bro, we've talked about this. I honestly believe that Dwayne's on the outs right now with the company, even though he's obviously still getting paid.
Yeah, you think he's done? Is what you're saying?
No,
right?
I think he's on the outs right now. Not done. Never say done. Obviously, life's too long for us to say done. But he's on the outs right now.
He's still on the board though.
Bro, of course. They need him, right? Because he's got a lot of connections. But when Roman went through the history of WrestleMania, he said the bloodline has been running WrestleMania, and then he went through all the Samoans. He never once said The Rock. Not once. He mentioned Rikishi, bro, and everybody popped.
That's right, he did.
Rikishi can't get inside the fucking building. So that was, to me, that was telling. That's all I'm saying. They would throw The Rock's name in there, and then, to create buzz. I think he's on the outs right now. That's what I think. Not forever, just right now.
But doesn't he have more political power than Paul?
Yeah, but I think he just pissed a lot of people off, bro, with that whole thing he pulled last year.
You mean with the Cena thing?
Right. He hasn't been since City. Like nobody has. No, he came back to one Raw, right? Or no, he hasn't come back at all.
No, he didn't come back.
Bro, we're going on. I don't want to say 2 years, but a year and a half at least with no mention of The Rock.
You're right. They haven't mentioned him at all. You're right. Not even like I can't even remember the last time they mentioned him. Like I'm really thinking about it now.
And then they do these video packages, these historical packages. They never bring them up anymore in these packages. Nothing, dude. He doesn't exist.
Weird time, bro.
They don't even bring up what's his name, bro? That guy that fucked up this year's WrestleMania.
Oh, Travis Scott.
No, that was last year. Bro.
Last year. Wait, who fucked up this year's WrestleMania?
The analyst guy. What's his name? The color commentator, bro. The one that was with Randy Orton.
Oh, Pat McAfee.
Yeah, that jabroni.
Oh, Pat McAfee. Yeah, they don't bring him up either, bro. And that is weird.
Who's more shriveled up now, Dewey or Batista? Well, Dewey, because he's always been fat. So, oh no, that's The Rock. Never, I thought that was.
Yeah, no, Dewey Foley. That's what we used to get mixed up. Yeah. So, if it wasn't for the last two matches, this show is a wash. So I do think that Taboo Tuesday.
Yeah, but imagine paying $30 for this, bro.
It was $35, bro. This is when they were $34.95. Yeah, it was $35.
This wasn't during the network era where we're getting them for $10 a month.
Yeah, now if you're buying like Survivor Series or WrestleMania for $35-$40, WrestleMania was $40 around this time.
The last two WrestleManias are not worth $40 in my opinion.
No, they're not. But I'm talking about 05. It's definitely worth it. But these like Raw and SmackDown only shows, a lot of them just the solo brand pay-per-views, most of them kind of sucked.
You know what has been worth $40 in my eyes, brother? The last three AEW Revolutions. One of them had the Stinger's retirement.
Oh, yeah.
The other one had a great
2024. 2025 was the cage match. And then 2026 is the one that just ended. That was Ospreay and Moxley at 2026.
Yes, and a great fucking match, bro.
Kenny Omega MJF, which is my favorite match of the year for AEW so far.
The only thing that fucked this year's up was that overly done fucking Hangman Page MJF match.
So are they doing Hangman Page and MJF at All In? Or yeah, and then Omega and Will Ospreay? That makes sense.
Hangman Page can't get a title shot, bro. Ever.
No, bro. Omega and Will Ospreay for the title. MJF and fucking at Hangman in some kind of stipulation match or something.
Oh yeah. That would be
because I think isn't the plan that Kenny's gonna beat MJF at Montreal, or is that bullshit?
No, that's the plan, and they've already been teasing. You know, they've having those meetings in the trainers' room where Kenny's kind of like the teacher to Will Ospreay.
Right. Now I just hope. See, this is fucking the era of Excalibur and all these horrible. No, I would love AEW so much if Kenny Omega said the line, "I taught you everything you know, but I didn't teach you everything I know." If they use that line, then the business is back.
Well, first of all, I go back with Excalibur since 2003, bro. So you gotta chill with that Excalibur.
I don't like him, bro. Not as a commentator. Don't like him. Okay. He's an okay commentator, not an okay play-by-play guy, but he knows all the moves, and JR doesn't. That's the problem.
Yeah, JR don't even know his own name half the time. So
Kenny Omega is the WWE champion. By the way, do you know what the buy rate was for this Taboo Tuesday?
It would be
174,000, bro.
Oh, that's a horrible number for that.
But they got 6 million votes.
Yeah, that's stupid. So that means that AEW is like already getting more buys than at this point WWE pay-per-views.
And they had Cena and Mick Foley on this show, and Shawn Michaels and Ric Flair and Triple H, real stars. I mean, it kind of reminds me of when TNA had all these guys and they were past their prime. Like TNA had Hogan, Sting, fucking Flair, AJ's, Joe, all these guys, and couldn't draw fucking more than 20,000 on pay-per-view. It's kind of fucked up to think about.
Bro, do you think that Kenny Omega has another heel run left in him?
I don't want him to be a heel, bro. He's a much better babyface.
Because I wouldn't mind that swerve of him joining the Don Callis army, bro.
No, they can't do that again. And plus, why does every
they haven't done it once, bro. We're talking about.
Why, I mean, yeah, but Don Callis was with him.
Yeah.
It's the same shit. But bro. Why does everybody who turns heel have to join the Don Callis family? That's got to stop. It's becoming like the NWO.
It's the NWO team.
It's the NWO. They got to stop that shit. He's already the top heel in the company when it comes to like his stable. Besides MJF.
But he also has a lot of jobbers in his stable now. You don't want that.
Exactly. We got to get out of here, though. We're almost...
Andrade's close to... teasing that baby face turn, so he might be leaving the stadium soon.
Well, he's over.
But it's like for every guy that leaves, like 3 guys come in, bro. So yeah, you're right. It's getting ridiculous.
Yeah, I think the only thing I'm not a fan of is I wish that Ospreay was beating Kenny with Kenny getting a longer title reign. So if Kenny beats
MJF.
MJF, if Kenny beats MJF,
and the show's called Redemption, wink wink.
Right, but I'm saying if Kenny beats MJF, he'll only have it for what, a month?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I just think the best match to headline a stadium show is Kenny Omega versus Will Ospreay.
I mean, that is the best match. It's just
teacher versus student.
It is, and it's the third match in their series. But I'm just saying, I wish Kenny had a longer reign so that it feels better for Will to win. But whatever, he's gonna win the title. I think they're gonna coronate him on that show in Wembley. He just got married. I don't know if you heard about that.
Yeah, but they have to, bro. They have to. Just like they have to coronate Obafemi at next year's WrestleMania, which is what I have them penciled in. If I was the booker, they have to coronate Will Ospreay at this stadium show.
Yeah, I think that they should. I think that they have no choice now. I think they should. Anyways, let's get out of here, bro. We've been here 3.5 hours, and I'm really tired.
All right, we'll talk to you all later.
All right. Well, one last thing before we go, I think the next show we do should be on the 28th, which is a Sunday. I wanted to do it early because the Saudi show's on the 27th. I think we should do it the 28th if you're down.
Yes, same thing as we did last week. That was pretty good. How we did it with the last week.
Okay, let's do it. Let's do that then. Very good. All right, y'all. Have a good one. We'll see you next time.
Bye.